Y'all ready? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the New York born, Las Vegas made, always getting paid, with the Usain Bolt fast, the one to beat, but good luck with that. The man who never sleeps, and neither does his podcast. The notorious, the glorious, can do everything except Boris. Has the funniest jokes. Is always woke. The podcast GOAT. The man with the plan. AKA your host, Killer Cam. Now
And
keep
Jared.
back in your seat. And we welcome you to the podcast that never sleeps. Killer Cam. And witness greatness.
Yeah. Good jam right
Boom.
there. Yeah, Ian.
Bah.
Look at you, early bird getting the worm.
Early bird getting that worm, boy.
This is awesome.
Beatbox.
I'm
Sponsor.
excited, man. I'm excited for this episode.
Me too. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm your host, Killer Cam, aka your boy. And with me always is the handsome, talented, smart, and just all-around cool guy, Ja Resurrector,
Thank you,
aka
thank you,
Jared,
thank you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
The one, the only.
Always excited to be back.
Always excited to have ye.
I
Always
missed
excited.
you all. I missed the folks.
The folks missed you. I know. You
That's nice.
You feel like you're not a person unless you're on air, you said. You feel empty inside.
Yeah, that's true. This
You said your
emptiness.
kids don't fill that void. You are an empty void unless you are on air with people
Man,
watching.
I can't believe I just divulged all that to you.
Yeah, and then I just
wild.
divulged it to people. But hey, this is what we do. We're candid.
But that's it, man. Doing a live show, you got to give the people some, your personal life.
So you got to give them a bit of a bit of yourself.
Yeah.
We live a bit of ourselves every time. Tina, what's up?
Yeah, Tina, welcome.
Every episode takes a little bit of ourselves left. Takes a little bit of ourselves. But
Yep.
So we got a super fun episode planned.
Yes.
And we're gonna go into it. I want to talk about your week. I'm very eager to hear about it. I want to talk about the topic at hand, what we're going into. D Livewire, my boy.
D Livewire,
What's up,
welcome
buddy?
back, man.
So there's a bunch we want to get into. But first, before we get into your week, I want to hear from your mouth to God's ears and to the folks' ear holes at home.
Yes.
What we're talking about today, dude.
Oh man, so this is a fun one, and it's come by request, honestly.
Yeah, truly.
Several episodes in the chat. We've had a ton of people asking us, when are you going to talk about simulation theory, the Mandela effect?
Mandela effect specifically, yeah.
Yeah, Mandela effect specifically. So today we're going to talk about simulation theory and a few different ways that we can see that this is truly something that we should be pondering, because there's a lot of evidence out there. Mandela effect is one of them, and we're going to get into a couple others that you may or may not have heard about, and we're going to show a lot of clips today.
Yeah.
That's what makes this episode really fun, is we're going to be watching a lot of
Super
cool
clip
videos.
heavy. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So we're going to be able to watch them together.
Oh, yeah.
And for all you people listening, oops. No, I'm just kidding. We'll explain it. It'll still be a fun
Oh,
episode.
yeah, it'll still
we
be
make
fun.
sure that it's viable for both platforms to enjoy,
So
listeners
get
and
ready.
viewers.
Yeah, get your world rocked today. We're going to get into some silly stuff that you guys might ponder your existence after this episode.
Yeah. The real
Give you
existentialism
nightmares.
shit. Yeah. What were we saying about that? Something funny.
About having nightmares?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You remember what I'm talking about?
I do, actually. It's actually coming up later in the show,
Is
so let's
it?
hang out.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we'll wait for that.
So until then, you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's the week sauce.
That's right. The week's sauce.
So let's get in the week sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So your week sauce, I'm very curious to hear. How was it? What happened this week? What'd you do? Who'd you talk to? Who'd you meet? Who'd you
Yeah.
not meet? Who'd you want to meet?
It's been a wild week. And
All right.
as far as personally, your normal run-of-the-mill week.
Couldn't be more basic. TBRM, what up?
There's been some wild stuff in the news lately, so I wanted to use my week sauce just to bring up something topical, something that I just saw. So first, have you heard about that submarine that was looking for the Titanic? It's like a Titanic tour on a sub, and it just went missing. They don't know where it is.
What? This is real?
This is real. They've only got a few hours of air left as of right now. And they can't find them. They lost communication with them on Sunday, and it's been a couple days, and they have no idea where this thing is.
Oh, crud.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's scary. I saw videos of the submarine. The guy who owns it was giving like a tutorial, and he's like, the whole thing we control with this, and he pulls out like an N64 paddle.
You're lying to me.
No. Like the thing is, I'm sure it works because he's been doing it for a while, but there were
Sure it
some
works.
parts that weren't great, and now they're missing. I've heard people.
We run it with this, baby.
Yeah, he really did. He
Cut
pulled out-
to 3,
It's not even
70
like a
passengers missing today.
PS5. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
It's not even like an updated control either. Yeah, it was like an old school looking aftermarket.
So it's not even like in Guardians of the Galaxy where they take like the little games and they add all these little knickknacks to it and make it cool.
nope, it's
Not
just
yet.
the actual
N64.
aftermarket like paddle you would buy.
Oh,
at,
not
at
even
Target.
like not even the true
Nope,
like
nope.
brand name.
No brand
like
name.
the cheap paddles that wouldn't
Yes.
last long.
Yeah, made by like Ryaki.
Game Shock. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a random name you've never heard.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's how he
And
runs
it's
it.
translucent, like it's you could see like it has lights in it and it's colored.
Right. Yeah,
But you're like, oh, this
that's,
is fun.
dude. That's pretty much what it is.
Oh,
And
this is candy. I'm having
this
fun.
runs a
but really,
submarine.
Yeah.
Like you're under, and the Titanic's way down.
It's just up and down. It's like,
Yeah.
and then a D-pad. What do they do?
Yeah.
Submerge.
Yeah. Down.
Yeah. A? I don't know what's going
Silly.
on. No, they had X, Y, Z.
But he was proud of it. He's like, I run it with this.
Yeah.
So that's absurd.
It'd be great if he held up the wrong thing. He has this super complex like control, but he would just play an N64.
It's the Atari stick. Oh,
That's
man.
what he does.
Yeah.
Well, it's the gun. It's the duck
But
hunter
these
gun.
poor people, and one of the people on there is actually a billionaire who owns this aviation company. And this aviation company, I don't know if it has any military ties. A lot of people that have been talking about this, there's all kinds of crazy rumors out there. Why did they go missing? Was it just a failure or were they down there? This is only 900 miles off the coast of the U.S. Maybe they ran
Okay.
into a Chinese sub or something that they weren't supposed to see. Or there's all these UAPs in the news and we know that they can go underwater. What if it... There's all kinds of crazy rumors going on out there.
Yeah.
I hope the people are safe. I hope they do find them. But there is an actual countdown, like as we're doing this show, to the amount of minutes left they have before they're out of air. It is very scary.
That's something more for Crash Talk. I want to hear about your week, dude.
That's it, man. I've just been
Watching the
glued
news
to
on
the
there.
news. There's been so many wild stories lately, but
The fudge was that?
that
dude?
wasn't me.
That
I
was the
don't
most
know.
horrifying noise. Was that
is
Siri?
weird.
or
I think it was
something?
Siri.
Okay, that was terrifying. It sounded like you're gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
7 days.
Yeah. Samara, this is Samara.
Stop talking shit about my sub.
Yeah. I am Lord Death, and I suck that sub.
Oh, dude. But the Titanic itself, what was funny is I was telling my fiance this story, and she goes,
His fiance.
and she's like, wow, too bad those idiots don't realize that's not even the Titanic.
Oh, that's freaking genius.
She's joking, but yeah, that was genius.
Yeah,
I
that's
started cracking
hysterical.
up because we just talked about that conspiracy theory on an
on the
episode
show,
recently.
yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, those fools.
Yeah. Those idiots don't realize they're on a tour not even for the Titanic, but the Olympic,
It's
baby.
the Olympic, yeah.
Yeah, go
silliness.
check out our episode number, Jared.
34.
It's episode called, it starts saying, Army Hammer's
Hammer, yeah.
family is crazy.
There you
and then
go.
it says JP Morgan sunk the Titanic and
It's got a really flattering picture of Army Hammer on it.
dude, it's the best. Yeah, please. Guys, go
Oh,
look at that
shoot.
thumbnail. It's the funniest picture of Army Hammer.
Oh, man.
He's wearing something very cool. He's wearing a very cool accessory.
Yeah, a good
That's all we'll
accessory.
say. So, Cameron, how was your week?
Yes, please.
So, it was pretty good.
Good.
Father's Day was dope.
Oh, yeah, man. We had such a good time.
Me having 15 kids, I got so many gifts.
Oh, that is part of this week's sauce. I didn't go into my whole
I know.
Father's
That's what I
Day
was waiting for.
experience.
You're talking about fucking Titanic.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
great. You know I love you all. Thank you so much
yeah.
for the kind gifts.
My
and words.
children.
Yeah.
No, so we went out to brunch and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it was
Brunch
so
is so pretentious sounding.
It is. We went out to breakfast.
we went to an early
a
lunch.
late lunch, an early lunch,
Yeah,
and late
we-
breakfast. We sound like freaking
Freaking.
Justice League.
Justice.
Brunch. Remember the Justice League, where he tried to make jokes with Ezra? Anyway, the Flash said brunch, and what even is brunch? It's like
Oh, he does get
it's
into
a
a
thing.
rant
Thankfully,
about
they
it.
cut it out.
Yeah.
yeah. Snyder's like, what'd you guys do to my film?
Yeah, Snyder.
Like, I have
cut
a
it.
brilliant film here. You took out the part.
This was
where
a reshoot?
Yeah, you took out the part where he turns back time.
Yeah, no. So that
If
you
he could
talk about
find
grunge.
a way. No, where he turns back time, literally the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah, that was the coolest scene of
You
all
took
time.
that out so you could add a piece about brunch.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you people? Anyway, so we went to a golf course. It was a beautiful meal. What did we have? Steak and eggs, and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah, that's a good brunch staple.
It
right
was
there.
delicious. Yeah, it was so much fun. Kicking it with the fam, kicking it with the crew.
Yeah, it's always fun having all the kids doing something fun like that.
Yeah, and the adults. We got a couple screwdrivers in us. It was good times, and that sounded weirder than I intended. But
Yeah.
we drank a couple, vodka orange, and anyway, it was super fun, guys. So
Yeah.
that's the freaking week sauce, dude.
It's a good week so far. Good week so far.
Yeah. So anyway, I say we jump into everybody's.
Well, before you do that.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
I say. You didn't let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
Can I set
Sorry.
it up?
You're right.
I said before we jump into everybody's favorite
Minute.
segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we hop in there, let's give him a little
Yeah.
dollop of a little taste, Rooney.
Let's get you in the mood
Of
for what
what's
we're
to
about to get
come.
into today, because this is gonna rock you, man. A lot of this stuff, just researching it, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Get ready to get rocked.
Yeah.
No, there's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality, what it suggests.
Right.
And actually, I mean, arguably we should hope that that's true, because otherwise, if civilization stops advancing, then that may be due to some calamitous event that erases civilization.
Fair point.
So maybe we should be hopeful that this is a simulation, because otherwise,
Look at him. He's really in his head.
well, otherwise, either we're going to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, or civilization will cease to exist.
That guy playing guitar in the audience is killing me.
Yeah.
It pans over and
I know.
it's
It's like 6 guys.
It's the guy from Desperado
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? That'd be the
stomping
best.
on the tables.
It's actually Antonio Banderas.
But great clip to get you kind of in the mood. Yeah. So this
Wet
is
your
Elon
whistle,
Musk,
if you will.
saying this is most likely a simulation. Not what if. He believes it. He thinks that this is definitely a simulation, and the odds of us being the base simulation, like because we're about to create our own, right?
Are
we see all
1 in
the
a
VR.
billion.
Yeah. What are the odds that we're actually the base?
He says it's 1 in a billion.
Yeah, which
That
makes
we're the
sense.
base reality.
This touches on like the many worlds theory,
Well, just-
quantum mechanics, so many good stuff.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that a little
Yeah.
bit. But even just how many simulations have we created here on Earth?
So I started playing Sim City when I
Good,
was
for
like
this-
9 years old.
Oh, I thought you were going to say,
Yeah.
when you're not for this episode.
Right. It's not
For research for this episode.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
It's not
One day I'll have a
indistinguishable
podcast
from
and it'll be about
reality.
simulation theory, so I should really play hours and hours
But
of this
think about
game.
that. As soon as we had the ability technologically to create a simulated world where we could build buildings and put people that live their lives and walk in and out of their houses and go to work and the trains going and their sports games going.
Yeah.
We did it. As soon as we could even get to like that small version, we did it.
I was always a roller coaster tycoon guy myself.
That's a great one too. Yeah. So obviously,
Shout out my tycooners.
Yeah, we're not the only ones that thought this up.
Yeah, no, clearly. And I was also a Command and Conquer type of dude. My Conquerors.
games.
Make some noise.
Yeah.
Anyway, those aren't real fan clubs. But so trippy, right? Cool guys? Dope.
Yeah.
So I say we jump into everybody's
D Livewire says Elon Musk is a
Full-on
full-on alien.
alien.
I've heard that before.
That's great.
People think he's very odd.
Him and Zuckerberg, man, they got a weird little thing about him. All right, that's enough. They got a weird little thing going on about him. So, by the way, guys, prepare yourselves for another freaking dose of reality. There used to be a game called Life. Oh, yeah, it's a board game. And when I say board, I mean B-O-R-E-D. Can I get an amen?
Oh,
Burned ya, brother.
Life
Burned
taking
ya.
shots.
Yeah, taking shots at
Shrapnel.
life.
Yeah.
So stupid. So, guys, we're jumping into, and check out the new logo, the freaking Marvel Minute.
Oh, yeah, we got some updates.
I'm going to give you a minute to enjoy that logo.
Oh, look at I see the new alien picture up top.
Yep, Tony Stark right there
got
to the
Stark.
left of Jess.
Yep.
We got
Some
me
new
on the far
pictures of
right.
us. Yeah, look. We
Yeah.
got the schematics of the UFO at the top.
Yep,
There's the
we got
ghost.
Iron Man next to you. We got Captain America next to me.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yep, we got Doc Ock.
Ooh, a little whistle
Yeah,
for
whistleblower.
our whistleblower episode. Look, John Jones made an appearance.
Look at JJ. What's up, Bones?
Yeah.
We got Gilgamesh or whatever that statue is.
Yeah, that is Gil. Good old Gilgy.
I've been a part of this show.
Yeah, you got to know him.
I
to
know
call
what's
him
happening.
Gil. He hates when other people call him that.
Yeah, when they call him Gilgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's-
like, only my friends call me that.
Yeah, it's like in Memento when they call him Lenny, and he's like, my wife called me Lenny, and I hated that. Deep cut, guys, deep cut.
Super.
So for this Marvel Minute,
Yeah.
we were trying to think, hey, we always relate the Marvel Minute to the episode topic.
Yeah.
So what the hell, and I'll give you guys at home a minute to think about this.
Oh, yeah.
What in the grapes of wrath could they be referring to? What relates
Yeah.
to
A simulation
theory
indistinguishable from reality
in the Marvel,
in the Marvel
universe?
Anybody out there? Well, there is one.
Yeah, I made it a little funky. So
Yeah.
there actually is one.
Yeah, there is.
And after 16 hours of deep diving
Oh, yeah.
and 32 hours of editing and 18 hours of just cold calls asking
Yeah.
people.
We were calling the
Do you think-
writers.
yeah.
We need help.
Do you think this is viable for the show about simulation
No, this
theory?
is perfect, man. This is a great one.
Yeah, this is a good find.
And one
so
of my faves.
it's actually, set it up, Ja.
Yeah, so if you guys are a fan of the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's a season where they create what's called the framework. And this was created by an LMD, so a life model
Life
decoy.
model decoy.
It was she's a
For
robot.
the layman.
And she wants to put the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. into a reality that they...
She's also a 10. Can I throw that out there?
Yeah,
She's a 10.
and she's Madam Hydra.
She's sexy.
But for a short period of time, and this is the best season of the show, in my opinion,
Yeah, by far.
the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. get put into this simulation, which they believe is real, and it's a world where Hydra won instead of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Dun, dun, dun.
So they are the the big eye in the sky, if you will, and they're killing anybody who is a dissenter, anyone who doesn't believe in their ideals. They change the textbooks, and the goal of it was to give each one of them something that was most precious to them that they lost. But in doing so, they created basically a living hell for every person. Yeah. So yeah, play this clip, and it's just super cool.
Chase Mack, this is super lit so far. My dude.
Yeah, there's
my
Chase.
dude. Chase Mack, we were waiting for you, brother.
Yeah,
we
there
didn't
he
even.
is.
We by the way, we didn't even start doing the cool stuff until you showed up. Just
Cat
FYI.
lover.
Well, Ian was here, so we did start some of the cool stuff, and then D Live Argentina.
Yeah, Ian beat you to the punch, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. But Cat Lover, what up? What up, Cat Lover?
Yeah, welcome back, Cat Lover.
You know what? It's so funny with Cat Lover. I've always like been wondering, what kind of animals do you think she likes?
Dude, it's impossible.
It's
to know
impossible
just
to tell.
from a name.
Yeah,
come on.
just from a name. I don't have
yeah,
context.
and
to
it's
it.
like a screen name. It's not even her real name. Maybe if we knew her real name, we could.
What if her real
divine.
name was like, I enjoy panda bears or something?
Still, I would need time,
Yeah,
and
you
I
need
would
to get to know
speak
her.
to her. Yeah,
Yeah. Stupid.
yeah.
All right, so let's watch this.
Yeah, let's dive in.
So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I love how even the intro did
Yeah, they
Agents
changed
of
it to
Hydra.
Hydra, dude.
Yeah. Because as far as they know, they are Agents of Hydra. Some
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, some of them
are part
were-
of
yeah, were
La
changed.
Resistance.
It's so cool.
So this is actually how they fall into the framework.
Fall back into reality, but I
No,
like
that's
this.
what I meant.
Yeah,
The opposite of the framework.
where they can see, because for the first, some of them didn't believe that this was fake reality.
So that was a leap of faith.
It was
baby.
hard for them to understand that they were living a fake world.
Yeah.
Until this
Of course.
moment, They
As it
get
would be
actual-
for anybody.
Yeah.
As it was for Neo.
But here's what's scary about simulations is memories are part of the simulation. So you have no idea if you woke up this morning and this is your first day of life, you would have no idea, because all of these memories and everything you believe is your real past could just be programmed.
Dude, poor Mac, though, am I right?
Yeah, Mac,
His
that's the
daughter.
roughest
He had his daughter
thing.
back.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And then he had to lose her again.
Yeah, it is rough.
But
that was a
the best
hardcore-
season by a fucking country
Oh, I
mile.
love Madam Hydra. I love how Leopold becomes a psycho.
Dude, because he's like the sweetest. Him,
He's
it's
the nicest guy ever.
yeah, it's Fritz Simmons.
Yeah.
Fitz and Simmons are the team, are the dynamic duo, are the
Yeah.
sweetest. And then he becomes this sociopath nut who's in love with Madam Hydra. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
That's
she could
great,
rule me into
too.
doing horrible
Yeah,
things.
they make her super pretty. Here, pause it real. Oh no, wait, hold on. I want to see.
I want to
this.
pause it on her face.
Pause it on this.
On the Triscale.
Yes, the Hydra Triskelion. I loved this
Let's get the view of
because
the
this thing got destroyed in what was
Winter
it?
Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that was when it was a Shield base. But I loved that we got to see it after that movie as a Hydra base. Just so sick.
Wicked.
Yeah. So I love
No,
that.
I mean the writers of the show really knew what they were doing, and it sucks that that Marvel Studios didn't like have a lot of faith in them as far as like, okay, this is what we're gonna be doing in the show. I'm sorry, in the movies, Infinity Saga. So we can have this. He's gonna do a snap. Whoop de whoop. They didn't explain any of this. So the show's like, all right, we don't know what they're gonna be doing. So let's try and make something that might work around. But in the earlier seasons, it was like they were doing that well.
Yeah,
it was like, okay,
it was lined up exactly.
Winter Soldier happens.
Yep.
So let's do the Triskelion.
It was all the
and
way up
Hydra
to
taking
Ultron,
over.
right?
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Let's do the what happened with Ultron with them?
They showed how Nick Fury got the
how we got the helicarrier at the end of Ultron.
That was like the coolest.
So they were
and
so
the intro.
involved.
So in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they at some point, Colby Smulders, what's her character's name?
In what?
She's
in
the
Agents
right
of
hand.
S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm sorry.
No, in
Maria
the
Hill.
MCU. Maria Hill.
Yeah.
So she plays Maria
What
Hill.
did I say?
At the end of
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
yeah.
I
So
missed
at the end of that season, that leads into the movie Age of Ultron. Maria Hill actually sends the base location to the Avengers. And that's the base they attack in the beginning of the movie. Remember when they show up in Sokovia and it's all of them, it's like language, that whole scene.
Yeah.
The only
how
reason
they got
they're there
how they got that intel
is from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They show you she sent them that location of the
It was actually
was it the staff?
the Hydra base, of where Loki's staff was. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
So
but it was actually
we get that backstory.
I know, how cool is that?
That's very cool.
But as a matter of fact, it wasn't Maria Hill. Do you know who it was?
Who?
It was Robin Sparkles.
Okay.
Do you remember her?
There's no person Robin Sparkles.
No, yeah, that's a character. That's her character. That when she was a pop star in the show How I Met Your Mother.
Right. I remember that now. Yeah, that's a great
Robin
show too.
Sparkles or something like that.
Before we get off this, before we get off the Marvel Minute,
We're not off shit.
there's one cool scene in that season that I love more than anything. At some point, May starts to become disillusioned with the whole Hydra thing, and she starts to get a feeling
May,
like,
who's the dopest.
yeah,
I love her.
wow, that maybe they're not the good guys, and they have Quake locked up, but she doesn't have her powers in this world because she didn't go through Terrigenesis yet, and they have what is that called, the Terrigen? Terrigen crystal.
Terrigen crystals.
So they have Terrigen crystals in the Hydra base. So she's locked up, being interrogated. They're beating her up. She's bleeding everywhere. And at some point, May comes in there and she goes, "So you're an Inhuman?" And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Are you powerful?" She says, "Powerful enough to take this whole place down." She goes, "Good," and throws the crystal in. And then you just see Quake's breathing it in, and she starts to turn. And then she blows it up. Yeah, and that's when the show starts to really explode. And then they start kicking everybody's ass, all the Hydra bases.
Quake. Oh.
So cool. What a moment.
Dude, how about her and Dave?
Dude, what a great show. Oh my God. This
I'm not
season
caught up
was
because
insane.
I'm waiting for it to end because I need to binge it because it's like my
it's
favorite
over.
show
it's been
right
over
now.
for weeks. Yeah.
Okay, good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah, so go watch
Waiting
it.
for nothing.
She's amazing in it. What
She's
a great
amazing
match
in
for him
everything. Can you believe she dated Logan Paul?
No, I don't know much about him.
I mean, God bless him.
Yeah,
I
there you
mean,
go.
all I'm gonna say on Logan Paul is he must be dope
Yeah,
because he scored a bombshell.
there you go.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
you go.
Yeah,
I'm
dope
with
dude.
it.
I don't know enough about him to speak on it. Is he a fighter?
He's a social media influencer who became a boxer that
Okay.
never really
I knew it
got
had
off.
something to do with
but now
fighting.
he's doing WWE.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
he's actually in the
interesting guy.
WWE.
Yeah, so he's got a resume.
Yeah, and
goodness.
so he's done boxing, hasn't won any fight in any of his fights, but dude, he's just industrious. Prime, who just it's this horrible tasting. I can't say I haven't tasted it myself. I just heard from friends that it wasn't any good, but it was like they said it's like basically tastes like Hawaiian punch. What's that stuff called? The Kool-Aid.
Okay.
It basically tastes like Kool-Aid, but it's supposed to be like an energy, or I'm sorry, like a sports drink, like a Gatorade,
Interesting,
or
okay.
a Body Armor.
Oh, this is
But
his brand or
this
something?
is his and KSI's brand, and they just this little company just picked them up.
Okay.
The UFC.
Oh,
So now
it's big
on
money.
the UFC mats, it says
Quake
Prime
is
Energy.
beautiful.
Drink.
She looks
Sports
good
drink.
now. She in Dave, she doesn't look because it's what 10 years since Agents of Shield.
She looks better now than she ever did.
Yeah,
in
I
my
think-
opinion.
yeah, so
I think
she looks
she's
really
stunning
great.
with the blonde streaks and everything.
her acting is great. The way
She's
she did like
great.
the whole awkward
I
thing
know.
with Dave, like they have that matching personality and sense of humor, and she was so good at that.
Matt,
She's
what's up,
great.
buddy?
Yeah, Matt, welcome back, man.
He fought Floyd.
Mayweather. Oh wow.
Who did? Oh,
So
Logan Paul did. Yeah.
That's an awesome matchup there.
Yeah, I know. Good call. Thank you,
lot
because
of
I totally
attention.
forgot that. I mentioned the boxing, but I didn't
Like
mention
in an official match?
It was an exhibition, quote unquote.
Still, that's great.
But
good for him.
he
Yeah.
didn't get knocked out.
Oh shit.
But I mean,
well, yeah.
at this point, Mayweather's fists are made of glass. But
Well,
still,
how many people does he knock out? Doesn't he always win by points?
no, yeah. He scores points. He's a defensive boxer.
He's like that shoulder
But
guy.
but still, I don't care who you are, even if you're like 220 pounds and you're 6'4",
Yeah.
like what's his name is Logan Paul. Still, that's
Oh, wow,
quite the
he's
feat.
that big?
Oh, he's
Holy
a big dude.
crap. Yeah.
They're both big dudes. Him and his brother Jake, but deceptively big. Like you see him on their podcasts, or not podcasts, but even podcasts, but like their shows, their little streams, whatever.
Yeah.
And you don't think they're these behemoths of men, but yeah, they're big guys. By about my height, about my weight.
So
I know why you're
stupid.
laughing. And
Right.
So-
then I'm 6'4" too. Yay.
but you're shorter than me, so you're 6'3".
Says you.
Well, that's a fact. But so Floyd Mayweather did fight him, and they went 8 rounds. And
Oh shoot.
yeah.
That's not bad.
no, Logan
Hey.
didn't win a single one, but he didn't lose a single one.
Yeah, and he's not a lifelong
didn't
boxer.
lose the-
Mayweather's boxed what, his whole life?
Yeah, his whole life.
literally. Yeah,
He Logan didn't win a single round, but he also didn't lose.
He didn't get his
because
ass
he
kicked.
didn't get his
Okay.
ass kicked. Yeah,
Good.
That's
Yeah,
a
good
that's
for
a
him.
W in my book.
Yeah, that's
I
a-
don't
that's
need
a
I don't need a round. If I last 8 rounds with Floyd,
Yeah.
even at 50 years old, I'm a winner, bro.
Imagine taking a punch. Did you see
That's
that video of the
hand in the
robot
air.
that slaps the guy and knocks him out?
Oh, the new slap robot thing. Yeah, I
that's
saw
scary.
that.
That's what I imagine it would be
No.
like if I fought Mayweather, because like one hit from
Or
him,
me, yeah.
and that his whole life he knows how to hit. That's his
Me,
thing.
yeah.
You would just and just sleep.
Take you out.
yeah.
Sleep
So cool. Yeah, but that's.
But
all I
Matt,
gotta
thank
say
you for
on
reminding
that.
me of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, dude. But back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just such a cool episode. Or I'm sorry, a
Season?
season.
Yeah.
And
Best season for sure.
by far.
Yeah.
And the whole LMD thing is cool. I love how they
So
changed
cool.
the intro. Just looks so wicked, dude. Just
It
looks so
does.
wicked.
Yeah.
There's a Triskelion. I mean, give me a break.
I threw it in
dude.
there a couple
How
times.
dope is that?
The
Come
intro.
On.
Yeah, here it is.
Here it is. The last time.
Sick.
I know. God love you.
Brilliant.
God love you. Good job putting that together. Let me get an amen for Ja Resurrected,
Yeah,
everybody.
look
Shit.
at that. Got some skizzles.
That's some skizzles. From taking footage that already exists and putting it together.
Yeah.
No, it's no easy feat. No. Everybody out there who knows anything about editing.
Easy
which is
feet.
most
That's
of the
that's
people.
my boxing name actually.
Yeah,
Call me
easy feet. Easy feet from West Easy Street.
I hate
Ja resurrect 'em.
It's not even
Damn
my
near
name,
killed
Not even my
'em.
name. I hate this whole thing.
Fighting out of the right, fighting out of the red corner. A
50K
freestyle
around,
fighter.
50K around.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
need.
I don't know why he's doing those weird punching things in the corner.
You're supposed to warm up.
He's
I
also
thought.
smoking his vape.
Yeah, I would smoke in the ring.
Yeah,
because
he literally gives 0 about this
stuck to
entire
my hand.
process.
Yeah, exactly.
Fighting Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. So, cool
Yeah,
beans.
yeah.
Anyway, dude, you
Good
want to
example
jump
of a simulation.
Yeah. You want to jump into the freaking meat of it
Oh,
all?
I would love to, man. This is some fun
You
stuff.
want to meet
Yeah, let's meet.
to business?
To business.
2 birds,
No, there's no more.
both
None of this.
weary of life.
Yeah. Weary of this.
Fly quiet.
Okay.
Fly into a coop.
Yeah. Okay.
The coop neither is their home nor
Their destination.
their destination.
I like that.
Why did they arrive?
Into the meat.
To the business. 3 dogs. Okay.
So I think you starting it out today because you are actually going to go through the.
So I'll explain simulation
Yeah, thank
theory,
you.
sort
Yeah.
of. How
Okay.
about that?
Yes.
I'll explain simulation theory. We'll pretend that we didn't plan this out meticulously.
Right, of course.
Yeah, and so maybe I'll just start, I guess.
You know what?
and do
You go
simulation.
ahead.
Are you sure?
You know what? Yeah, I think it makes more sense.
May
because
I
you're-
have the floor?
You're introducing the theory. It makes
The floor is mine.
You were going to do it last, but I think that's silly.
No, yeah. Introduce the concept.
Yeah.
So is the floor mine, sir?
The floor is yours.
Why, thank you,
Conch
good
is
sir.
yours.
And there is the conch.
Conchu. All right, go ahead.
Conchu. All right. So, simulatarro. Or
Alicia!
simulation theory.
Yeah.
Alicia, what's up, homie?
Welcome back.
What did she say?
She just said, we like it meaty.
So meaty.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm not even gonna start with words. Here's what I'm gonna start with.
Do it.
Is it crazy?
Let's do it. I love the clips today. I love that we're going to do a lot of
The
clips.
argument for the simulation, I think, is quite strong, because if you assume any improvement at all over time, any improvement, 1%, 0.1%, just extend the time frame, make it 1,000 years, a million years. The universe is 13.8 billion years old.
Yes.
Civilization, if you count it, if you're very generous, civilization is maybe 7 or 8,000 years old. If you count it from the first writing, this is nothing. This is nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
So, if you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality, or civilization will end. One of those two things will occur. Therefore, we are most likely in a simulation.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Agreed. Yeah.
Agreed.
Come on. Civilization, as to his point, it's only, from what we know archaeologically, 8,000 years old. We know it goes back further based on writings and ancient texts.
Well,
but
the oldest
assuming-
writings he's saying
Yeah.
is around 8,000 years old.
Right.
Yeah. So
No, but they write about a time before that. Like
you know more than Elon? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
But either way, let's just assume that it is about 8,000 years. That is nothing.
Yep.
The Earth's been around several billion. And then the universe itself.
D. Live
holy
Var said he
crap.
should know. Alien.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been around a million years.
I actually programmed the simulation
Yeah,
myself.
that you're living in right now. That's why my accent is totally undistinguishable
Yeah, from any
what is it?
place.
from any real country. It's you can't pinpoint it. It's ambiguous.
So is my last name. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Musk. So simulation theory.
Yes.
Or simulacta rumpa.
As they
As
say
it's known
on
in
Car 5.
That's
yeah.
what I meant. Whatever that is. Or the simulation hypothesis. So Nick Bostrom in 2003 came up with the simulation hypothesis.
2003. When did The Matrix come out?
1999.
Boom. So they
Yeah.
were way ahead of their time, man.
They were, absolutely.
The
No,
Matrix
absolutely.
is so sick.
I just watched it. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Great movie. Okay, go ahead.
So it's basically, it posits that our entire existence is a simulation. That, and even a computer simulation. So that, and let's say, the belief that the argument stems from exponential growth of computer development and
course.
advancement in technology,
Yeah.
especially like in the last 30 years, just
in the
exponential
last
growth.
10 years, look at VR.
Oh my
how
God,
far it's
no,
come.
absolutely.
Have you seen the new the Apple goggles? Holy crap.
You were telling me about
This
them
is
and
the
I looked them
greatest thing
up.
I've ever seen.
They're insane.
Yeah, they're
so you don't need gloves like you
$3,500.
do with the other ones.
Nope.
They're just there.
Reads
dude.
your hand movements and all that. You can have
It
5
reads
different
your
screens.
body.
You
Yeah.
could, the roof of your house could become the stars, or you could have a waterfall in your living room, and
Or
it's
the roof of
augmented
your house.
reality.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Or the roof of your house could become the sea. And the ground could become the stars. Dude, it's your reality. Build it as you will.
Yeah, that's true. It's
But
yours.
no, it's
Ready
sort of
Player
insane.
One shit. It's straight Ready Player
Straight
One.
up.
Yeah.
Straight up. So let's let me have
I love this
some
cat
of my
lover.
friends.
The Matrix was really just predictive programming.
Oh, clever
theory.
girl or guy. No, it's a picture of a girl. if
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is.
mistaken. What'd she say? Apple, Google's?
Yeah, Apple goggles are so
yeah,
dumb
that's
it scares me. Yeah, they're very real.
Yeah.
It looks freaking
They're
crazy.
terrifying. So let me have my boy here explain a little something.
You might be living in a simulation. Let me explain. Nowadays, many scientists believe we live in a simulated reality. Elon Musk says that there's a 1 in a billion chance that we aren't a part of a computer simulation. Right now, one of our most advanced games, if we ignore the glitches, is Cyberpunk 2077 with ultra-realistic graphics and incredible NPCs that
That's
look and behave just like
crazy.
real people. And if you haven't
Insane.
heard of it, just think of GTA, but with even better graphics. Considering just 60 years ago, the most advanced game we had was Pong.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just
amazing.
60
If
years.
in 60 years we can go from a dot bouncing on a screen to a game with super realistic graphics, then imagine what we could create in 10,000 years from now. There's an extremely high chance that we'd achieve the technology to be able to simulate an entire universe with
Right.
people inside that are
Of
conscious,
course.
have feelings, talents, and a unique perception of reality. If there's a really high chance that we will create something like that, then there's a really low chance that this hasn't already been created and we aren't already in a simulation. So
Yeah.
Our computing power
Fair
is
enough.
growing.
What about
rapidly,
the 13th
right?
floor?
We create simulations of worlds.
But let's hear
we
what
have video games with characters that are
NDT.
inside.
This
the
guy's
video
great,
game.
man.
Right? Imagine a day where you can simulate a world so perfectly with life forms, humans, so well that you can recreate every single neurosynaptic thought you could have.
Right.
But now you're in the simulation on the computer.
Yes.
So
Including the perception of free
Including!
will. And you don't have to have all the world existing there at all times.
Right.
That
No,
might be an
yeah.
unrealistic amount of computing power.
Right.
You just need
enough of the world that they see around them.
that they see around them.
Yes.
So you want to start digging and,
that's so funny.
and haven't put the earth there. There's a flag that goes up in the programmer, and they say, need more earth. So they
Right.
put earth beneath you while
Yeah.
you keep digging.
And then, of course, it shows the Neo gif.
And we know that when they were observing particles, that
Yeah.
they would change only when observed, which is exactly what he's
Which is
describing here.
insane.
Meaning, until it was needed, it
Yep.
would act one way,
Yep.
which was dispersed and just a
Seemingly
mess.
randomly.
But then
Seemingly random. Yeah.
then we start observing it, and now it's
They're going
the
in
beams are
lines,
going
and,
in the
and now
line.
there's patterns that can be
There
discerned.
is science here, which
So,
is crazy.
The chat. What is the chat saying here?
So we got a few things here. We got very dangerous as far as the Apple goggles go.
D-Lab
Chase
R
Mack,
said, yep.
yeah, the Apple goggles are the future.
Gogglies.
Everyone will rely on them the way we rely on computers.
Ready Player
today.
One, baby.
100%.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Yeah.
And Cat Lover says 60 years is a long time. Chase is right. That's why it's dangerous.
Yep.
We will get to that point. And if we're not careful, our children or our children's children might end up like in Wall-E, where they're just sitting in those chairs like with
Just
Slurpees.
big fat pieces of
yeah,
garbage.
just in their virtual world because they can experience the world that way.
I have
and
a
it's
buddy
safer.
who's literally doing that right now.
Right? Yeah.
Just kidding. So let me paint you a picture here. How
Yeah.
crazy would this be? So let's say that. So first of all, every video game console we've
Yeah.
noticed, sort of like what they were saying, has gotten exponentially better. Think of PS2 to PS3.
Yeah, it's
Think
a
of
big
PS3 to PS4. Think of PS4 to PS5.
Yeah.
Not only has the graphics gotten incredibly better, but even the NPC like intuitiveness
Oh
has
yeah,
gotten
the AI. It's just and that's
increased
just a few years
exponentially
Yeah.
from Metal Gear Solid. Hey, who's over there? The
That was so cool when I first
which was
saw it.
brilliant.
Brilliant.
And
They followed
that's
the
my point.
footsteps, like,
To
oh, crap.
the game Manhunter where I played, where if you had your headset on, if you made a noise, you could say "Hey," and they'd come over to where you were, so you could sneak up behind them. Dude, and then now
That's
you have video
cool.
games where you could have full-on conversations with the store clerk, with the guy standing on the corner,
Yeah.
the hooker on the corner, your mother, your wedding crashers.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, and just how much has each console
Yeah.
to console, and this is years apart.
Yeah, just a
this
few.
isn't decades. This isn't fucking 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
yeah, man.
So imagine that. So one of the theories in simulation theory is basically saying, what if we are all just characters in this guy's video game?
Yeah.
So some kid sitting in his basement playing a game
Right.
just turned it on. So we think we've been living these whole lives
course.
doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
Nope. Implanted memories. He just turned the computer on 2 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
But we have these memories of growing up with my mother,
Yeah.
my father, my loving family and friends, girlfriends.
To inform our behavior and how we interact in
Yep.
this world. Yeah.
And why do that? Why make it so intricate?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that now when he comes across a person, so say, and I'm doing my own thing. Whoever this player is, it could
Yeah.
be you, it could be whoever. Whoever this player is, I'm going about my life, doing my thing. Do. I go to the grocery store. I go to the bank.
Yeah.
This dude, it's like let's say it's like a Grand Theft Auto situation.
Yeah.
This guy comes into the bank to rob it. So if he holds a gun to my head and I have no prior memories or there's nothing I
Nothing
care
to
about,
hold on
then there's
to,
nothing
yeah.
there. Then I'm like, okay, shoot, you piece of garbage.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But if I'm like, oh my God, I have people I have to get back to. I have people I love. I
Yeah.
have, people I care about.
And you have to have variety. So some of the people in the bank won't care. Maybe they're going through a hard time.
Maybe
They
there's
think they
maybe
are.
there's Johnny McTuff guy who wants to
Who tries
go
to
at
save
him.
the day. Yeah.
No, but no, maybe there's
Yeah.
And then there's Johnny McTuff guy. Then there's me pissing in the corner because I believe that I've something to lose because
Right.
I think this stuff is real.
Yeah.
So that's why it would make sense to make it realistic,
You would
right?
have to. Yeah.
So, and what is to say that no, Jared? I know I woke up this morning. How?
You don't. Yeah.
Memories are very funny in that way.
Just like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All those people thought they had lived full lives. Agent Coulson thought he was a teacher for
Implanted
the last 20
memories, yep.
years. But he had just gotten into the simulation a few hours prior.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And what is memory? Memory is just these thoughts that we've gathered through our experience, right? And we believe they exist. We
It's
believe that they
neurons
happen.
and synapses.
That's
and
all it is.
Small connections made
That's all it
between
is.
the
Little
two based on our
yep,
senses. Yeah.
Yep. That's all it is. Electronic electricity going through our brains. Little ding 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 ding. Oh,
Yeah.
this year, little memory. This is where memory stored. Oh, you had this experience. This that made you feel this way.
Yeah.
So make an artificial one, implant me. Just now, I'm inserted the game. I think I have this show. Really, it's just for the player's privilege.
Yeah.
Ian is the gamer.
And what about the rules?
We're just all built around him.
The universe has rules.
We have parameters,
know they
as
have
do
rules.
as do the gamer. They
Yeah.
have to because they have to obey the laws of physics themselves,
Yep.
right?
That are set by whoever created it. We know that galaxies far from here operate in the same way that ours does. The makeup of these planets and stars and celestial bodies is all the same as they are here.
Chanel.
And the DNA down to DNA or the atoms that make these things up, it's uniformed across the entire universe, which leads you to believe that there is a single creator to everything. And if it's a simulation, it would be the programmer. So yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's interesting that there are parameters that we can't just go through walls or do whatever we want or start flying when we want to. Because we're set by certain laws of physics and gravity.
And those
these
and
are
so-
all programmable.
Yep, we have parameters that are set around us
By
and so
something.
by whoever created this program or whatever, and we are set into these parameters. So we think maybe we have this free will, and maybe we have this. Every idea and choice is our own.
Yeah.
But not only is it not preordained, it's within a set of parameters, and it's just like in modern games where you go and you talk to a person. There's like 4 bubbles that pop up. They
Right.
could say one of 4 things, or you could say one of 4 things,
Right.
and they'll respond in like one of 4 ways.
Yeah.
And it's like pre-programmed. We think we're coming up with these. Oh, I remember when I was a kid, I dated this girl, and she was this and that, and that's why I feel this way about this thing and this. But really, no. It's just I have 4 things that I'm gonna say. I pretend that they
And honestly,
mean
so
anything.
do human beings. We have like specific go-to phrases or go-to
absolutely.
vocabulary, and everyone's different and has different, but slightly.
I
Some
don't
people
have
different-
I don't have anything specific that I say like regularly, just because I got the fucking good.
Yeah, I guess
So there's nothing that I say, in repetition
right.
on a regular basis.
But it's just interesting that we have these go-to phrases and responses to things and beliefs. Sometimes we don't even know why something affects us a certain way, or we believe a certain thing, and as opposed to another person who believes the opposite. But we do. And is that for variety in the simulation? Is that
Yeah.
for? But we do. We have go-to
and
sayings.
yeah, and exactly. And is it variety for the simulation? Maybe we're living these crazy entire little lives, or at least whenever he turns the game on, we think we are.
Yeah.
And all it is we're just waiting for him to come to this area, but maybe he will never show up in this area.
Right.
And so we just have to continue living our lives, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because that's our parameters. That's what we're supposed to do. So what did Matt say? Then I want to get into this next video.
So Matt says thoughts on dreams, meaning why do we dream, and if this is a simulation, what do dreams have to do with it? So what do you think?
Okay, we can get into that now. Sure. So thoughts on dreams.
Yeah.
So I think dreams are super telling. I think they say a lot about our subconscious.
Yes.
I think it's sort of our subconscious coming to the forefront, which is science, right? That is like the definition. But but how, like, for example, and I forget which movie I just saw this in, where there is you're sleeping, you're laying down, you're sleeping, and you're having this dream, and you're arguing with your girlfriend, and then she goes and she takes a giant axe or something, and she slams it into the floor,
Okay.
and you wake up to a lightning strike or something,
Yeah.
and it's like, wait, how did it was John dies at the end.
Okay.
That's what it was. How did your dream know that the lightning was about to strike? Or because dreams
Okay.
aren't, I thought they were like milliseconds,
Right.
but they're like 10 seconds, roundabout, even though it feels like they're hours sometimes.
Right.
But so was it that sound happened? Because I know I wake up, then the sound occurs.
Okay.
Then someone knocks on my door.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Well, if there's a
so is there an intuitiveness? I'm saying like not to interrupt. I'm just saying my question to you, I guess, is there like something out there where we could pick up on somebody's about to knock on my door, but then why can't we do that always? You know what I mean?
It might be milliseconds. I know that once I fell off the top of a bunk bed and I woke up because in my dream I was falling, and I woke up looking at the ground right before I hit it.
Okay.
So it could have been just.
So that was mid happening
exactly.
as
Mid
opposed
happening
to prior.
as opposed to prior. But if there's a simulation, perhaps there are several, right? The multiverse theory, the many worlds theory.
Yep, of course.
And what if dreaming is a glimpse into another simulation that is being played out? That while you're shut down, you might get a small glimpse into your programming in another simulation.
I was just gonna say, what if
something like that?
Forget many worlds there. Forget that. Just in our programming, what if we need, like in a lot of games, the characters need to sleep or rest?
Right.
Right.
The fact that
gain
we
their
need to
HP
rest
back.
is interesting.
Very interesting. Or is it just memories of us resting? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. If it's a simulation, yeah, right. But if we as characters in the simulation, the fact that we need to shut down at some point would save computing power.
Absolutely.
Right? And you would want to keep them
Because you don't need
asleep.
the guy who's going to show up at the bank tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't need him while you're playing in Zimbabwe.
Japan, yeah, whatever, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's an interesting thought, though. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
dreams,
good
I
question.
think, it's a great question. I think, dreams are sort of a, they could be like a sneak peek into our future, into our subconscious.
Yeah.
They're absolutely a sneak peek into our subconscious. But like, to what extent?
Yeah,
you
and
know?
what is the subconscious and how is it created? Consciousness, we're still trying to quantify.
Yeah.
What is that exactly? And
Doing
how,
my
why do we
best to
dream of something
quantify
and then see it?
quantities.
What about sharing dreams? Have you ever had a dream that
A shared
someone else
dream.
had?
I know you told the story on the podcast where you have. I have, and I can't remember the incident, but I remember. Was it you and I?
So what
even,
that's
perhaps?
about?
Or Felicity Hufflepuff and I can't remember who it was, but it was someone and I had the same dream, and it was a trip.
Yeah.
But because we were together in the dream.
Yeah, that's
But,
weird. Why would that
why?
happen?
Why?
Yeah. How could that happen?
Especially if our subconscious is so different,
That's like quantum entanglement in a way.
sort of.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. I want to talk about that black hole thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Cool. Yeah.
Your ex-girlfriend. I'm just kidding.
yeah. What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know.
That was her nickname.
All right, so let's check out this vid.
Okay.
But real quick, I did want to say, you would need us to be programmed in a certain way to think we have emotion and to think we feel, right? And to
Yeah.
think, to have these quote unquote unique responses.
Right.
So that I am pissing myself in the bank as opposed to looking at the gun and being like, and?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But all right, let's watch this little vid.
Someone told me that they believe that we are living a simulation. And they told me, they were like, ants in an ant farm don't know they're in an ant farm. They think the ant farm is the world.
Correct.
And we have built that ant farm and we're looking at them and they in turn are building something else. Do you think that we might just be a simulation of something else?
I wish I had a good argument against that, but I do not.
Yeah, these guys, a lot
Just
of these
start
brilliant
with
guys.
the real universe, and then you get you get bored, and then you say, I'm going to program. You have computing power. You program a universe in your computer and give the life forms in there the belief that they have free will. Then those life forms create a universe within their computer,
Of course.
allowing their life forms to think they have free will.
Yeah.
And it's computers all the way down. Now you close your eyes and throw a dart. Which of all of these universes are you most likely to hit? Because only one of them is real.
Everything you've ever felt, all your it's all electrical signals.
Right.
Whoa. It's all neurons firing. So you could actually even recreate like a video game that's like the most real video game where every sense that you feel is you're in the game. Like this could be a Neuralink video game.
Does that mean if you die in the video game, you die in real life type thing?
Not necessarily. What is death? Death is the loss of information. Like if you got disintegrated, but then got reintegrated immediately with no pain or
You would have
anything,
no
did you
idea.
die?
Yep.
Not really, because you're still continuing. You die a lot.
This music is.
Come back to a safe game
Yeah.
state.
Especially if the
This whole
simulation
world
serves a
could
purpose,
be
like in the
a
Matrix.
dream.
So this is him and Rainn Wilson.
It
Let's
could
watch
be a dream,
this real quick.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be a simulation. I mean, have you ever played like these, like the advanced video games and how realistic they were getting?
I know. It is like a whole nother. It is like a whole nother life.
Right.
Yeah. With the goggles and everything, 3D and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
It could be that that's what we know to be Earth. Maybe we're some other creature's avatar.
Ugh.
You're blowing my mind.
Imagine that.
Yeah, just a terrifying
I'd
trip
be
of
like,
a
hey,
thought.
jerk, man, what do you do something else?
Yeah, so other than that, we're populating some kids' video game theory.
Yeah.
There's also the theory that, let's call for the sake of argument, the Matrix theory.
Okay.
Okay. So we aren't people populating one player's game.
Right.
Or many players' open world game. Like,
Yeah.
we were saying before, they're in Japan, wherever here, who knows. And there's thousands, hundreds, millions, whatever, players. So maybe that's not the case. Pardon me. So maybe that there's I got notes here.
Alicia said, my mom and I used to have the same dreams all the time.
Weird.
Both of us
dude.
had and have very vivid, detailed dreams, and we would interact in our dreams all the time. Now, when I dream of her, I believe it's really her. Yeah, which is interesting because, when you're in a dream, you don't know it. It's very hard to be in a dream and then say, oh my gosh, this is a dream, wake up. At some point you do because something happens that is just so far beyond what seems to be reality. But if we were in a dream state right now, and this is what we believe to be reality, and these are the limits of reality, how could we wake ourselves up? Especially if we're put in this state by something.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
It is.
Alicia.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So sort of, who was it, Matt, that made the point earlier about the dreams? Or
Yeah,
asked about
he
the
asked
dreams?
about the dreams.
So to his point, so say it's not we're in a kid's game.
Yeah.
So say it's more like, what if it's like Inception, where we're projections in somebody's dream, just populating their dream.
Yeah.
Right? That's a trippy thought.
Mm-hmm. I love the
Glazed over
Inception
that
idea.
real quick.
Yeah.
But, or what if it's like Vanilla Sky? Do you remember the movie of Vanilla Sky?
Yeah.
So what if it's the life extension program thing, where we're just people populating it's all based on him.
Yeah.
And we're just populating it, right?
Yeah.
But, or like I said, let's talk, maybe it's the Matrix theory, which is basically saying that, pardon me, that we are all, there's not one guy playing and we're all in the game. We're all plugged in. All of us are a part of this simulation. And there's not one of us who's playing a game, who's outside of it. It's either a higher civilization or an alien race, or it's, us in, 500 years in the future, not even that many.
Yeah.
And we just were able, like Elon and Neil deGrasse Tyson were saying, it's just, we were able to come up with the technology, and now we're like
this
implementing
theory.
it.
Yeah. I
This
like
theory,
more.
this theory makes sense, and it's wild.
Yeah.
We're all avatars in the kid's basement game. That's crazy, but this one where we're all plugged in. So what would be the reasoning behind it, right? And there's a few, and we'll get into them. But so I want to show another clip. I know I told you it's a clip-heavy vid, my dude.
Well, that's cool. It gives context.
Yeah. So, this is a fun one.
And I like that it's all brilliant people that work in the science world that have
And
a lot of
feel what you
brilliant
want
people
about
that
them
work for
politically or whatever, and that's fine. We're just talking about them on their takes on this specifically.
Yeah, because they touch the scientific
Because they talk
world.
about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
All right, so let's go to this specific
it
part.
is?
Because I always found this. And Jared, you and I saw this in theaters
After this,
16
there's no
times.
turning back.
Yeah, we loved this freaking.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You
Right.
take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love how like everybody uses the red pill thing now for like waking
Remember,
people up out of like conspiracies
All I'm
and stuff.
offering is the
So
truth,
look at this.
nothing
I always thought this framing was genius, and it took me like my 30th time of watching
Yeah.
it.
To
So-
see the options.
Yeah, so not only the options, he's grabbing at one in one.
Yeah.
He should be grabbing at in both. You should see him.
Right, but when
reaching
the
his
blue is
hand.
empty, that's very
Isn't that
cool.
a trip?
You know what I always thought
Very
was funny
clever.
is if this was just like the first step in the process of waking up out of the dream. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So like if
Neo, you have two choices
Right.
here. You can either take the red pill, and you will come down the rabbit hole, see what truly is.
Right. I've
reality.
been searching my whole life for this. I think I'm ready.
Or you can take the blue pill.
I'm taking give me the red pill.
No, hold on. Let me explain.
Oh, sorry.
Or you could take the blue pill.
Right.
And you will go right back to Wonderland.
Yeah,
as if this never happened.
I really want to wake up out of this. I feel like I'm ready for this. This is what I wanted. Red pill it is.
Okay, hold on. All I'm promising you is the truth.
Yeah, right. That's what I want. I want the truth.
Okay.
So I'm red pilling it.
All right.
Right. Okay.
You're doing it. Okay. Well, hold on. Let's see where this takes you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you're gonna love it. To be frank, it's real. It's real. Pretty awful. It's pretty awful to be frank
Yeah,
with you.
he wakes up in a vat.
I love you, but this is your reality now.
Yeah, this is what happens.
You're waking up in a vat of goo.
There's things all plugged into me in my head.
It's pretty horrific.
But what I was saying is how great.
But
yeah, he wakes up.
now, Neo.
Yeah, he pulls this out. He's got all the wires. He gets in this vat, and then he's like, okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm finally in the real world.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Almost in the real world.
Wait, what?
Now,
What?
Neo, I need you to do one of two things. I have a
okay.
pink pill here, and I
Oh.
have a green pill here.
Wait, there's more pills?
There absolutely is.
Okay.
The green pill
All
will
right.
bring you back to reality.
Okay, I want to get out of this.
And the wonderland that you know and
I don't
love.
want the Wonderland, man. I just want
The
the
green
truth.
pill
Okay,
will
give
show
me.
you the rabbit hole and how far it truly
Oh,
goes.
so it's a different hand. Okay, I'm gonna do the green pill.
Okay.
Because I want to go to the real world.
You're not gonna love it.
Go-
Yeah,
Wait, what?
You're gonna throw up. You're gonna vomit, and you're not gonna be able to love it. Yeah, it's pretty awful. Wake up, Neo. Now that you are here,
Yeah.
there
Oh,
are
thank goodness.
2 levers in front of you.
Oh yeah.
I need
Wait,
you to pull one
there's
of the
more
2 levers.
decisions?
There's a blue lever to your left and a red lever to your right.
Okay, I thought I was
The
over.
blue lever
Okay.
is going back down the rabbit
No,
hole.
no.
It's opposite
Wait.
from
Okay.
the red and blue pill.
Okay, I
So
just
now
wanna
the
make sure I
blue
do the
one
right
is the
one.
one. Yeah, the blue one's the one that takes you down to seek the truth you've been looking
I
for.
want the truth. Okay, so the blue. Okay. Okay.
I know you just woke up in another pot of goo, and I know it's not the best feeling in the world. But
Why
now,
does this keep
you have 4
happening?
buttons
How
in
many
front of you.
layers are there? No more
If you hit the
buttons.
far left button and the middle right button, you will see the truth that you've been searching.
Can I just go back? I want to go
Absolutely.
back. Okay, good.
You will go back into the pod, then you'll have to
No,
pull
I
the
don't wanna
levers
go.
again, then you'll have to pick another pill,
I have
then
to
you
go
have to
through
go
each
back
step?
to Yeah, each
No,
time.
okay, I'll go forward. It can't be
Don't
be much
worry,
more.
there's only 28 more steps until you will see the
28
true reality.
steps. Okay, the blue lever.
There are 4 buttons in front of you, the far left and the middle right. those
There's a sequence. You have
Yeah.
to push them in this sequence, or you're going back through all of
Yeah.
this again.
You have a Rubik's Cube in your hand. You must solve it in no less than 5 minutes and no more than 8.
I just want reality. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, see, that's funny. You go through more. Use 4 buttons. That's good stuff, man. Okay, all right. What do we got in the chat?
Down the fucking thing. All right, I'm done.
always a
Well,
vat
man,
of
you
goo
go
with
back.
this thing.
You gotta go back to all that shit. You gotta get the wires plugged back in, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta throw up again.
Yeah, that's the best. Oh, they should have done that.
I wish.
Oh, okay.
The Matrix Reloaded should have been that. Just that the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's the movie. All right, so in the chat we got Alicia saying that she lucid dreams all the time, and sometimes she could tell when she's dreaming.
Yeah.
Jessica saying, hey, with laughing, crying faces to our Matrix thing. And then take another red pill, Jared, from D Livewire. I think you got it. Oh, that's great. Okay. Sorry to interrupt. I just always thought that'd be funny if there was like
that's
multiple
hysterical.
layers
I loved where you
to
were going with
waking
that.
up.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And over and over, it's this.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Stratton. Thanks for dropping in.
Stratocaster.
Oh, yeah. Every time you have to do this.
Yeah. All right, you're so close,
You're
Neo.
so close. Oh. They pick him up with the claw, and then once he gets up there, there's another button you have to push. Yeah.
Now, only do 13 push-ups.
I'm sick of this. I'm being naked every time you pick me up in a claw. It's painful. Why do I feel all
Just
this?
do 7 muscle-ups, and you will be closer to reality than you've ever been.
If you choose the red barbell.
Yeah.
It sucks.
There's just so much to it, so I have to do the muscle-ups, and I have to, like, pick barbells.
But eventually you'll learn Kung Fu.
Yeah, perfect timing strats. Legit.
Yeah,
the
for
king
real.
of Matrix over here. That's so funny.
Oh, Jess says Jack was laughing at it too. That's great, my little boy.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So, what would be the purpose of having everyone live in a world that isn't real?
Yeah, that good question.
In a
I would
simulated
wonder what
reality.
that. What is the?
It could
the
be
point?
like the Matrix proposes that we are batteries for computers and machines. We're merely batteries.
Yeah. Hey, we know that we do produce energy, and it's weird that people can go through different levels of consciousness and say that they can see far off places or see different times, meaning that they're plugged into a higher, all of us are plugged into a higher consciousness that can see more of the simulation.
Yep.
Through meditation. There's like back ways in.
This is what you were just saying, dude. Look at this.
Oh, how funny.
Imagery.
That is horrific. Yeah.
Imagery.
Like scary future. And people think we're on this path with AI and sentience and all
Hey,
this.
it could be possible. So we could be batteries. We could be plugged in.
Right.
And what if, here's what I was thinking when I was digging into this. What if we're plugged in and there's like either it's machines and we're batteries,
Yeah.
or maybe it's like this utopian society where they just want us to reproduce. So maybe there's only like 1,000 people on the whole planet.
Yeah.
And they have us all plugged into this, simulation.
Okay.
And so what they do is they're like, all right, we need Jim just died, so now we need a new baby.
Okay.
So like they keep the circle of life, but like at 1,000 people.
Yeah.
So there's no war, there's no famine, there's no hunger, there's no, anything, famine, hunger. There's no anything where it's like they're in total need of something. This
Right.
is like a utopian society. And they just use humans or whatever, these pods, these plugged in people.
Yeah.
To control it as like population control.
Yeah. Or to live out a world where there is strife,
Or-
where you can actually have some sort of quarrel that
Or
you
yeah,
would never
or
have.
they just take all these people's memories and they put them together so that they can build these cool simulations for themselves to play as like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy went to Vietnam. Let's play out what he did. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, there's been if anything, there's a staple throughout our history since we've been around is violence and war, and it just keeps
The human
upgrading.
race, baby. Let's go.
We just keep upgrading to a more severe form.
Now
of
it's
it.
like we can go to war, but it'll like destroy the whole Earth. So let's
It's a
just-
little weird. So yeah, I could see something like that. Or what about aliens? So let's say the utopian society is not human beings. What if they don't look like us? How come aliens can defy the laws of physics? How come their ships have the ability to basically just appear wherever they want? They can be bullets go right through them because they can phase in and out of reality. They don't have to obey any physics or any laws of the programming. Maybe they're the programmers, and that's as the admin, they can come in and do whatever they want.
What if?
Yeah.
Combining those theories a little bit.
Yeah.
What if it's like an Ender's Game situation?
Okay.
Okay, so those who haven't seen Ender's Game, the book came out in like the 1980s, so get with it. The movie came out in 2013.
It's an older one. Haley Steinfeld. Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything, all right. Haley Steinfeld, a young HS,
Yeah. She's like a little kid in it.
a young Acer
She's like a
Butterfield.
pilot.
It's before
like
it's
genius.
between her being ugly as hell in True Grit and before she was a beauty.
Okay.
And a singing
and
goddess.
before she sang, she's
Yeah.
really good.
I know.
She's a good singer, but before she was a singer,
And
she
she's
was
just
an
like
actor.
she's so pretty and so like talented. And just call me back, babe.
Right? How many direct messages do I got?
How many
to say,
DMs does
man?
it take for a humble man to get what he wants? So so what if it's like an Ender's Game sitch? So do you remember Ender's Game?
Yeah, from what I remember, they were training all
Oh, you
these
don't?
kids.
I'll explain it.
Okay, go ahead.
So what happens is they're like training all these kids.
Okay.
No.
Wait a second.
Yeah, wait a tick.
Hold on.
So so they're training these kids through this simulation of what would be the best path via war, right? Best war strategy to take out this alien race.
Right.
And again, spoiler alert for a
okay.
movie that came out fucking 10 years ago, and for a book that came out in the 1980s. But So he's going through, and they're like, all right, you're close, you're not good enough yet. And then finally he does it. He sacrifices these transports, thousands of people on it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, because I want to win the game. Boom, boom, boom. Bing, bing. We did it. I won. Yay, I'm happy I won.
Cool.
And then
they're like, oh, that was, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Then they're like, guess what, Acer, little Butterfield man?
Yeah.
Why are we watching these images?
Just watch him. Don't be a pussy.
Thank you.
You did it.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
H4's the
Ford,
man,
yeah.
dude.
Why are these images in the program?
And, you won.
It wasn't a simulation.
Yeah, it was
We
real.
won.
He actually took
I
out an
beat
entire
him.
species.
I'm a Klingon.
Yeah. What's up, motherfucker?
Ben Klingon.
Ben Klingongsley. There she is.
Yeah,
There's a
wow.
little
She
H.
looks so
Steinfeld.
young. That's wild. That's funny, man.
Go through up your little.
That's right.
Hold on. I like how his voice cracks on the second one. The first one, he sounds like this. Hold on. Where is it?
Get away from me.
No,
You want the truth?
the way
You win.
we win matters.
Boom. Truth in it. Hitting him with some
Hitting
truth.
it with a truth bomb.
He's like, I found the Ark of the Covenant. Get off my ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
I got a
contributed
new
more to this
movie
world
coming
than you
out
know,
soon. Yeah.
kid.
I've seen a crystal skull.
So that's
I've
cool.
seen the temple. I'm doing the new.
Yeah.
But I know it's cool, so I'm gonna keep going. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
So that's simulation.
That's all I got. You know, that's simulation theory in a
Yes.
nutshell. There's a lot more I wanted to get to, but we got to run through
Right,
this shit, baby,
'cause I
we
wanted
got
to show some proof.
Because Jay Razoricta
Yeah.
got some crazy shit.
So what proof do we have that we live in a simulation? Is there any signs?
No. So
I saw
next
the
segment.
signs.
No, yeah.
So
what is that?
Yes.
Oh, can't hardly
Oceans.
wait.
No, the signs. I
Ocean's
saw
11.
the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There
let's,
was swines.
Let's go over
I saw the signs.
some proof that maybe this is actually happening. I wanted to talk about something called the Mandela effect. So for some of our audience, we know you know about it because you've been asking about it. Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So what is the Mandela effect? And what does it mean? So. And personally, this is something that I actually feel really close to. So the reason it's called the Mandela effect and what it is it's the feeling that a lot of people in the population have of a false memory. They all remember something happening that didn't really happen. And how could that be possible? How can millions of people have the same false memory? And it's named after Mandela because there is a huge percent of the population that believe that Nelson Mandela died in the 80s in prison. I am one of those people. So growing up, I remember in middle school, the anniversary of Mandela's death. And I remember us talking about it in school and the teacher going through the whole thing, that he was a freedom fighter and why he was imprisoned and how he passed away in jail. And I remember all of this clear as day. We were taught this. When later a movie came out starring Morgan Freeman about Mandela, I was like, wow, so how does it end with him dying in prison? And someone said, no, he didn't die in prison. He lived until 2013. I think he was still alive when the movie came out. And I was like, what? There's no way. I know this for a fact that Mandela died
The
in prison.
movies what threw you off?
Yeah, that was the first time.
That was the first time where you're like, wait, Mandela didn't die in
right,
prison?
because I think that was like 2013 when the movie came out, something like that. Or no, he died in 2013, so it probably came out before that.
I don't know when he died because I don't remember.
So anyway, but I remember him being alive.
I remember
So
him becoming president. I don't have that.
That's
yeah.
a lot of people don't, but
That's
a lot
so
of people do. So this is a false memory that thousands, maybe millions of people around the world have this same memory of him dying. The parade where his wife was crying and they marched his casket.
You
through
remember
the
this?
Yes. I remember the anniversary of it, 10 years after it happened, and talking about it in school. But apparently that never happened.
Weird.
This is an example of what they call the Mandela effect, a shared false memory across the population. If we're talking simulation theory, why would all these people have a different memory? Maybe their simulation that we're in now is different from the simulation we started in, or that a change was made to the simulation.
make sense.
And not every person was programmed with this new memory.
Yep.
Or vice versa.
Even the Matrix touches on that.
Yeah.
But go on, yeah.
So that's one. Another example of this is when I was growing up in the 90s, there was a movie called Shazam. And it was starring Sinbad. He played a genie. And my friend and I, he was my best friend in elementary school.
Neil.
Yep. Every time I'd go to his house, we would watch this movie. We'd have the movie playing while we would hang out and play, figurines or whatever we were doing.
Yeah.
But it was his favorite movie. So I got really into it. And like I said, we watched it almost every time I went to his house.
So I vaguely remember.
Okay.
And I want you to say this at the same time. We're going to say 3, 2, 1, then the answer. The character.
Yeah.
And this isn't a joke. This
Okay.
Is, the character, the child. What color hair did he have?
Brown,
3,
blonde hair.
2, 1.
Like
blonde
brown,
hair.
Yeah, brown blonde.
I remember
light,
blonde.
Yeah, it was light brown blondish hair. Exactly.
Yeah, like dirty blonde. Yeah.
So you remember this. So that's
I
good.
remember because it in
Okay.
the movie because I don't know how far you're getting. So I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
And we're gonna look at some clips.
I know, yeah.
So this is a movie I know I've seen. I remember the trailers for it. I remember
the
Blockbuster
trailers
having
vividly.
it. Yep. I remember us watching it at my friend's house all the time. Come to find out, there is no such movie as Shazam. It was never made.
No.
It never came out. It doesn't exist. There are people online who have posted saying, I worked at a video store during the 90s.
We sold
and
copies of
I
that
remember selling that
fucking
movie.
video.
It was,
Yeah.
in fact, the tape would always have issues. So I would have to rewind and watch the video over and over again to find where the glitches were to try to clean the tape. Because it was VHS. Oh, yeah. So again, a widely shared false memory. And there's tons of examples of these.
Shared, yeah.
And I have a clip that I want to play. So this first clip here,
ready to rock when you are, brother.
39 seconds in.
Welcome, guys, to
This
another
will give
episode
you an
of
idea what
Twisted
the
New.
Mandela effect is, and it will talk about
Mandela
these two.
effect, Sinbad, Shazam.
And I
Tell me
know
when
I've
that-
seen this movie. Yeah.
If you're a millennial like me, I was born between 1981 and 1996. And for some strange reason, we seem to be prone to experiencing the Mandela effect
Yeah.
fairly often regarding some childhood shows, products, books.
And I have a theory of why that's the case.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
The Mandela effect is where a number of people remember something one way, while another group of people recall it another way. And typically, there is proof which can make it all that much stranger.
Jess says
if
she
you swore to
remembers that
having
movie.
experienced
She goes,
something
that shit
I
does
do
exist.
as well.
Yeah.
or doesn't even exist. One of these instances that recently blew up over the internet is the mystery
That picture
of a supposedly memorable movie that
Makes perfect
despite
sense to
having
me.
Yeah.
numerous
The hat,
fans and
everything.
people
Yeah,
who
but it's a
vividly
fake
remember seeing
picture.
When we
trailers
spoke
and
about
watching
this, I even
entire
mentioned the hat.
movie,
Do you remember?
Yeah.
apparently doesn't exist.
I remember the whole
And while I
freaking
personally
thing.
never saw the movie,
I
we're
don't remember that
talking about
cover,
today,
but I thought he was more
I
in
can
the middle.
remember
But
as a kid
Yeah,
this
no,
film being
that's-
promoted.
that's
and its
another
main character,
bigger
Sinbad, dressed up as a genie, and I'm not
I
alone.
remember him dressed up as
Yeah.
a genie. Absolutely.
But this movie is nowhere to be found now, as it was never made in the first place.
doesn't make
That's
sense.
weird.
So recently, a couple of Reddit threads from 2020 have resurfaced due to millennials having a sort of group flashback. This year,
Yeah.
DC superhero movie Shazam! Fury of the Gods, the second of a movie series, was
When this movie
released
was coming out, I
commercially.
remember thinking, "Oh, that's
While
weird. They made a
fans of that
superhero,
movie
especially because
franchise
there's
have
a
expressed
that
their
Sinbad
excitement
Idea
movie."
Shazam.
Yeah.
Many people in the Reddit thread were also talking about the original Shazam from
That
back
picture
in the mid-90s.
is from the film. I
I
remember.
know it's weird that they made
This
it.
Shazam movie starred comedian David Adkin,
That not so much.
also
Yeah.
known as Sinbad,
That's from some
as
other movie.
Shazam,
Yeah.
a clumsy and somehow incompetent genie who was accidentally summoned by a brother and
Yes.
sister.
Yeah, and the two kids summon him, and then
Here's
it's
the
a
messed
whole
up
thing.
part.
Oh, I don't remember
People
two
can't seem to
kids.
Yeah,
find a
there's
copy
two
of the
kids.
movie or any
It
other
was him and a
information
girl.
about it.
Oh
There's
shit!
no clips
Yeah.
or old news articles that talk about its release.
Oh my
blockbuster
God.
standing,
Yeah,
or
dude, this movie
even
was
just old
real.
movie reviews.
So,
It
so
doesn't
you could stop
exist
there.
on IMDb.
Dude, you just sparked a whole like memory. flood.
Exactly. The movie did exist. 4:40 for the next one. 4 minutes 40 seconds.
On this same video or next
Same video, yeah. So this
No,
is so that's the Shazam movie, and apparently there are thousands of people out there that truly believe this movie was real. I know it was. So this one affects me. It's a part of my childhood, a good fun part of my childhood that I remember. That's not
Yeah.
real,
So,
apparently.
are you going to mention the Kazam thing yet, or
We can after this.
After
we can
this.
we
Okay,
can talk about the.
because I do want to see
Yeah.
where it might stem from, but
Yep.
I remember vividly. But yeah, all right, ready?
But that might be yes. Go ahead. And I want
That
to
might
talk
be
about that.
okay. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Sultan, named Fiona Brome,
I think there we go.
Yeah,
by
you
a
were
group
good.
of people. The whole concept of this effect stemmed from a statement made by a paranormal consultant.
Thank you,
named
Scary
Fiona
Mysteries, by the
Braun,
way.
Who
Yeah.
recalled the death
Good
of
channel.
South African
Super
President
sick
Nelson Mandela in prison back in the 80s. This, however, is not true because the president lived until 2013.
And if any of you had this memory of Mandela being killed in prison, please put it in the chat. I'd love to know if anyone else shares this
Because
memory with
I
me.
don't. I remember him. That was his whole arc was he got out of prison, became the president of South Africa. Like that was my whole thing was that memory.
Yeah.
What did D say?
That's the power of Hollywood. They maketh and they taketh away.
The mysterious part about it was that Brome wasn't the only one who had that memory.
No.
As there were several others
Not
who
even
shared
close.
remembering the same thing, thus the name
I learned about it in
Mandela
school.
effect.
That sounds wild.
There are many other examples as well that
Like, these are
different
interesting.
factions remember differently.
I remember
such
Tunes.
as Looney
Yeah,
Tunes
but that's
versus
not it.
Looney Tunes. Berenstain
No, on
Bears
Looney,
versus
not Tunes.
Berenstain Bears.
but
And the
this I don't
iconic
remember.
line by Star Wars
Berenstain
antagonist
Bears?
Darth Vader.
This, of course, this was just
Some say
misinterpreted.
I think so too.
Because if you
So,
were to
yeah.
just say, because
your
saying Luke,
father.
I am your father, that makes
There's
sense.
no context without Luke.
But if you don't say Luke, there's no context. Exactly. No, I am your father.
Nobody would get it.
Then it's back.
Or is there another simulated universe where that was the film and it wasn't Shazam?
So I have a theory on why, and I want to get into it
Yeah.
on my next segment.
Okay.
Unless you touch on it.
But
then
no,
fine.
that's all
But-
I'm saying on it is proof again that we're living in a simulation, or that even if it's a multiverse simulation where there's several stacked on top of each other, because you would run even today in a computer program when you run simulations, you run several at the same time simultaneously. Maybe one of them, Kazam, is what because of that universe. That's the movie that came out, and in this universe, it was Shazam. But if some of us crossed over or if something was changed, we might have different memories of a different path that these actors went on.
That's actually another thing I wanted to touch on
Yeah.
in my previous segment. So, if there's this, like, say, utopian society or even machines or whatever.
Mandela was fake news.
That's great. Who said that? D-Level?
Yeah.
Dope. So, say there's this utopian society or aliens or whatever that have us all plugged into the simulation.
Yeah.
So, what if it's as simple as this? What if it's the government 200 years from now?
Yeah.
And they want to know, okay, if we do this and make this choice and we attack Russia or whatever,
Right.
how would it play out?
Right.
And so they do 10,000 simulations
100%.
to see how they went, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Instantaneous, they get an answer. 48% out of 50.
Yeah.
2%.
But those simulations
But
would need
we
to play
live
out.
them out.
Yeah.
We are the characters and
And-
avatars living out these entire
I think that's
fucking
Elon Musk.
lives.
I think that's what Musk is trying to say.
He is saying that
yeah.
to an
Is that
extent
there is
in some previous
there is a
videos
base
I've
reality
said.
somewhere, but we're not it.
The base reality, which is
And we
real
did probably
reality.
exist. You and I probably were real people at some point in a base reality.
Sure.
But when they run these simulations during this time period of Earth,
Yeah.
we are part of that
Yeah.
simulation.
Yeah.
And there are glitches in the simulation. Not everything is perfect.
course.
Mandela effect could be an example of that. That's why I wanted to highlight it.
That's a glitch, perhaps, when they do these simulations and we weren't real people.
Yeah.
They're showing us Kazam.
We're like an echo.
I'm like,
Exactly.
I remember Shazam,
Yeah.
though.
Because
you guys
in
are
our
trying
base
to
reality,
because they're
it was
trying
Kazam.
to merge two different things that don't
Exactly.
necessarily merge.
Yeah.
Because there's
Interesting.
overlap.
What
Yeah.
about deja vu? Because the
I have that in my
simulation
next
is
segment,
ran.
so hold on. Yeah, I have that in my next segment.
So one more video here. There's some more
Let's do it,
examples of the
but,
Mandela effect. Again, I don't believe all of these are the Mandela effect. Some of them could be just connections in the brain being made by a large amount of the populace because they're memories that are connected.
And they're like fleeting older memories. So
Right.
like there's that little in between that could be filled in with
Right.
with somebody populating it with their ideas.
But
or
if
something,
if
of
this is a
course.
simulation and they are running several instances of this,
Yeah.
that maybe these are true Mandela effects, but such subtle small differences because they're small changes to a grander scheme of
Sure.
whatever
Oh,
the
of
simulation is
course,
being
of
ran
course.
for. But let's
Yeah.
play some of these, and I'd love to hear in the chat if any of these are
Luke,
surprising to you or scary or
hit home.
hilarious.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So the next video, just starting
Experts
right from the
believe that
beginning.
these instances
Got it.
Yeah, this one here.
What is
Oh,
real?
God, you did watch Mojo, boy.
What?
Counting down
Are
our
they
picks for the
blockers?
top
Do they
20
block stuff?
craziest examples.
I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh.
I just hate the channel just
Oh,
because
that's
they
fine.
pump out like 4 videos a day.
Yeah, they do a lot of
They
work.
do have some good ones though. I want.
Oh, yeah.
I've been stuck on the Mojo
And
rabbit hole
no,
for a
this
while.
list isn't one itself.
Do I need to
We
rewind, or
did
is it
do
good?
a
No,
version
you're
of
good.
this already.
And we
adding
can kind
more
of skip around too.
It's time to bring her in,
Here's one.
George.
The monkey never
What's
had a
he-
tail.
What's he doing? Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say that's not the man in the yellow hat.
This list isn't
but
one
that's
itself.
not the
No,
man in
it's
the yellow
the
hat.
there's
do
no
a version
tail.
of
Wait,
this already.
George
Just adding
never had a
more
tail?
I remember him having a freaking tail. I can remember.
No,
it
he would
clear
hang
as
on
day.
it on trees on the covers of the fucking
Of course
books.
he did, but never once can you find an instance with him having a tail. It's never happened.
The monkey didn't
The
have a
monkey
tail?
has no tail. Right. That's a weird one.
I remember a cover specifically.
Me too.
So if you're looking
On
at
the
it,
books.
yes, on the left hand side would be him on a tree.
Right.
On the right hand side would be the man in the yellow hat. I remember vividly him hanging and his very circular question mark
Right.
Tail
I
hanging.
remember
from.
that too. But apparently it's never been the thing. He's
doesn't have a
never had
tail?
it. Never once.
Dude, what the hell?
That's a weird one.
That's a creepy
Yeah.
one.
So you can skip through to the
doesn't have
next
a
one. We talked about
freaking
that.
tail, bro?
Yeah, that's weird.
Number
That messes me up, man.
20.
This
It's
is
a
weird.
beautiful day in the neighborhood. Your childhood might not look the same
But
after
yeah,
this.
they will
As we all
strike.
know,
So
good
yeah,
and
we'll
well,
skip around for
Mr.
that
Rogers'
reason.
Neighborhood always began with its titular host singing its theme song.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Isn't that weird?
In this neighborhood?
Yeah, it's this. It's not the.
Okay, see that I could sort of chalk up to memories. Okay, it came out year when I was a kid.
But everyone sings it wrong. I've
It's
never
a
heard
beautiful
anyone
day
sing it
in
right.
the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said it's a
This.
beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Never in the history
Never
of
in
mankind.
the history of mankind.
Except this one video that's
Right.
trying to fool us.
So this
I'm on to
simulation-
you, Miss Mojo.
Yeah.
Don't you fool a
So
fooler.
in this simulation we're in, it says this.
It could be worse. We suppose the world.
What was that?
Look at
Its
this one.
logo is similarly famous.
Fruit.
Showing
Hold on. Let me try and guess what's going on here.
this whole time.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 19, Fruit of the Loom.
This logo.
Yeah.
So Fruit of the Loom.
Yes. Do you remember? And it just showed it, unfortunately, so that might give it away. But
I didn't see
Okay.
anything but this.
But that's not the logo I remember. The logo I remember has another piece to it.
Oh, a leaf?
No.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
You'll see it in a second, and it will
Fruit of
blow
the
your
Loom is
mind
a
if
clothing
if
company
you remember
renowned
from
the
the same
world over.
simulation.
That sounds.
Its logo
that
is
looks
similarly
right.
famous,
So maybe that's right
showing
to you.
fruit spilling out of a cornucopia.
The
Or
cornucopia.
Oh,
that's
did
what
it have a
many of us
cornucopia?
remember it as being. In fact,
supposed
the
to.
logo doesn't contain a cornucopia at all.
I
Okay,
remember
so
a
maybe an old
cornucopia
logo.
and all
Oh,
the
I
things
don't.
falling
Okay,
out.
good. No,
Okay.
I do not.
Versions of the
I
logo
thought you were
dating
saying it
back
does. Oh,
over
you're blowing my
100
mind.
Years
Yeah.
lack the cornucopia too.
It's-
So why
No,
do
that
so
makes
many
sense.
people associate a cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom?
I wish they'd
You
show
do.
the one with the
Parodies and
cornucopia. I
references
do.
to the
I
Fruit of
remember
the
having a
Loom logo contain
cornucopia.
cornucopias, but not the genuine article. Number 18.
Oh, it sucks they didn't
By the
show
way,
an example.
guys, thank you so much. We have just hit the record for saying cornucopia the most in a single podcast.
That's true. We were going for that. Yeah. Ow! You were all here for it. Tell
Guys,
everyone.
you are a part of history. And by the way, while I'm mentioning that,
Yeah.
I did have to say, because it's sort of important. I don't know. It's sort of a big deal.
I would.
I mean, I don't know.
I think you should. Do it.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe because we love you so much and we appreciate the heck out of you. It would mean the world to
Yes.
us. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Don't worry, the episode is not over. We're just saying we love you guys and we really, really want you to hit that like button. Do it right now because for some reason it'll have like 30 people watching simultaneously and then we'll have 7 likes. It's like, oh, so all our homies didn't hit the like button. So all you guys watching live right now, make sure you hit that like button.
Real quick.
I know all of you are already subscribed. If you're not, then make sure you do that. And then, of course, visit our Patreon because that keeps the show going. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. That always helps with traffic. And Jared wanted to say one very important thing.
No, thank you to everybody in the chat too so far. Very
That's what he
good
wanted to
conversation today.
Good
I'm
conversation.
liking this. So let's get back to it.
And back to the show.
Yeah. So we can go through a couple more, and then for time, we'll get into your next segment.
Did not remember the cornucopia.
Yeah,
but,
I remember there
oh
being
my
on the
God,
right
on the
side
top
of it.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, I freaking do now.
Yeah,
oh my
man.
God.
There was a freaking cornucopia there.
Oh my God.
I grew
that
up with
just
all
looks
the
so
underwear
right.
and the Spider-Man underwear and all that stuff. As a little kid, there was a little
Of
cornucopia.
course there was. Top right, going upward.
Yeah, but there's never been one. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist.
Okay, that's a trip.
That is trippy.
So is there another, perhaps there's another logo that looks similar that has the cornucopia?
That could be.
Okay, because
So we'll have to find
that's
that, run that
genuinely insane.
It is kind of...
Guys, by the way, I want you to spam the chat right now. So everyone in the chat, just hit hello, love you, goodbye, whatever you want to say. Not goodbye because you're going to stay on the chat.
Yeah.
But just hit something right now. I want to see how many people are listening to right now and that are going to spam the chat.
There we go.
Thanks for a great show. See you soon.
Yeah. We're
You'll
not
see us every
leaving
Tuesday and
D-Live
Thursday. Yeah, we're not going everywhere. The show continues.
Yeah,
we
we
got a
still
lot
have
more.
another segment
We got
for
a
you,
lot
a
more to
really
go. So
creepy
don't.
one.
I hope that didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody left and they're like, all right, well that best part of our week is over. But no, we got more. We got a lot more.
Monopoly Man's monocle.
So this one I know not to be true. I do not remember him with a monocle.
Monopoly
Yeah, I think
features a
that's the
memorable
peanut
mascot
guy.
named Rich Uncle
Exactly,
Peanuts,
the confusion.
Also known as the Monopoly
Show's
Man
not
or
over,
Mr.
Stratton.
Monopoly. He's famous for his suit, top hat, and
Yeah,
large
show's still
mustache.
going.
However, people are divided on
I
whether
should
or
have played that
not
exit music. I guess.
reality seems to favor that
Well,
he doesn't.
well, now we
but
know.
our memories of this childhood game can't be false, right?
Skip ahead past this one. What else we
Equating the
got?
Monopoly Man with other HBO shows. After that,
Sex and the
Oh,
City?
it was always Sex and the City, not Sex in the City.
Yeah,
I
do-
remember that.
I think that's just a slip of the tongue. Maybe somebody not saying the full word and maybe. I don't know.
Or just not assuming it's Sex and the City. They thought Sex in the City because that would make sense.
But I can see why people would think that, or even see a logo where it says Sex in the City. But I don't know. That one I never watched enough.
Yeah, everyone in the chat thinks we're ending the episode. Not ending the episode, guys. I just want you to spam the chat. All right, but yeah, Sex and the City.
Yeah.
So everyone say something in the chat that is not goodbye, but is hello, what's up, how we doing?
Just because.
I always thought she was so beautiful. This one,
Yeah.
not the most flattering still, but
Yeah, bad picture.
Yeah.
City. Now, the easy
But there's so many
explanation
fun
is
ones of
that
this. But
in
because of
instead
time,
husband
let's
on
get
the
to
show
your
with
next segment
Ricardo,
because I've got a really good creepy
is there
thing
any other
coming up next.
wicked ones in here?
where Queen famous.
Oh, this is
This
weird.
is a strange case because the
Do you know this one?
to call on it. She says,
Oh,
"Mirror, mirror,
mirror, mirror, on the wall, who's
It's
the
not
fairest
mirror-
of them all?
It's not mirror, mirror.
But she says,
magic.
magic mirror.
Yeah. That's a weird one.
That's so
I
weird.
remember mirror,
Mirror,
mirror.
mirrors.
On the wall.
Wasn't there a movie called Mirror, Mirror?
Everybody says mirror.
Wasn't
mirror.
there a movie called Mirror, Mirror?
Maybe I don't know, but it's not. It's
On the
magic mirror on the wall.
in this seminal Disney
Magic
animated
It'll
mirror
show it
on the
actually.
wall.
villainously
Another
But
But I don't
simulation
remember
glitch.
that the line as much as
Look at this. This is so funny. Everybody thinks we're leaving for some
I
reason.
know we're not going anywhere,
Thanks,
guys.
Kat. Stick
Yeah.
around because I have a really creepy segment coming up that
And
I
I
want
got
you
a
guys
dope
to see.
segment that you guys
Yeah.
are going to lose your minds over.
Yeah, so don't
I literally
jump.
have the coolest segment ever coming.
Don't leave.
Yeah, so nobody freaking leave.
Or they're just freaking
Maybe they're
trolling us.
joking with us
Yeah.
because we said don't say goodbye and everyone's saying goodbye.
They're all trolling
That's
us,
what's
yeah.
happening. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense because they know how
We have the
end
best
show.
audience.
We
You
have the
guys are so
funniest-
kind.
You guys are hilarious. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Any others, real quick?
No, let's get to the next segment. But yep, so that's the Mandela effect. It
kids
could
and
actually be, you can get rid of this. It could actually be a sign that there are changes being made or several simulations being ran. And that's why several people believe or remember the same weird differences throughout pop culture. And, you know, everybody across the world has seen some of these movies or seen these quotes or the death of Nelson Mandela would be international news. And that's
Yeah.
why so many people have these same memories, whether they're true or not.
This one is sort of a trip, though.
Yeah.
4. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
What is the quote? My mom always
real
said.
Yeah, the real quote is, Mom always said, life is, what is it?
No, it's life was like a box. Of
Yeah, something like that.
chocolates,
Yeah,
right?
it's not a very big difference, though.
While sitting on a park bench and offering candy to
If I'm
strangers,
not mistaken.
Forrest
Life
Gump
was.
famously
Yeah, it's
says
just
that his
was, I
mama
think.
always felt,
As
quote,
opposed to is.
life was like a box of chocolates. It's an iconic phrase.
Yeah.
But one we're likely all guilty of misremembering.
I think it's because one movie parodied it and said it wrong, and that became...
That's the case a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, his mama, and thus our simple hero, said that, quote, life is a box of chocolates.
That's what it is. Life
It's
is.
perfectly
That's what I always
plausible that
thought,
people have
though.
merely
The
altered
was is reversed. Like they're wrong. Like Mandela's wrong. The Mandela effect wrong.
Okay.
I always thought life is like a box.
Well,
I never
maybe
thought
that's
it
because
was
you're
like
from a
box of
different
chocolates.
simulation.
Yeah, that's true. That's
All right, kill this, please.
I know.
Move
Jesus
on.
Christ. You're so adamant on
Yeah,
moving on.
next segment.
My segment.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
get ready.
These are fun.
These are
I forgot
freaking
about this.
so much fun.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, gear up, is
I love the setup.
Glitches in the Matrix.
Yes.
I know, so sick.
I forgot we were doing this.
I could have done. My next segment is glitches in the Matrix.
More proof that we are in
More
a
proof that
simulation.
perhaps we are in a simulation, guys.
Yep.
Have you ever had your minds blown? Hold on, let me get a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever had your minds blown out of your skulls through the back? Specifically. If you haven't, prepare. Because I promise you, on this day,
Tighten your hats.
tighten your hats, fasten your seatbelts, and prepare for what might be the most insane experience of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, something pretty crazy. Yeah. So was a man supposed
yeah.
to be a lover.
A small podcast.
Hold on,
Broadcasting live.
Yeah.
A small podcast broadcasting live out of Las Vegas. Little
Will it-
did they know they're about to step off the edge
Into a reality that they could never conceive
a
of.
simulated reality.
Not one that they would believe was real, but that they thought in their hearts was
The longest
real.
monologue I've ever done
This
before a
is-
show.
My whole cigarette burned out, and I need to light another
Yeah.
one now.
He
And
stepped off the edge into the twilight.
For all, yeah, and- for all of you who are Gen Zers, you have no idea what we are
Oh,
talking
please
about
watch
right
that
now.
show. Every movie
The
you
best.
love was based on one of
It was
these
based
episodes.
on a episode
Yep.
of the Twilight
Every-
Zone.
every idea.
Of the Twilight Zone. That a boy. All right, guys, get ready to get
Yeah.
crazy.
Glitches in the Matrix. These are freaking awesome.
I have so many in a row, too.
Good.
You guys
These
are so
real
ex-
life
should be
glitches
so
in
excited.
reality.
Ready, Caleb? Yes. Grace, go.
So I'm going to do this so we can see it.
Okay.
Holy cool. What'd she bounce off, bro? Yeah.
There was nothing.
Get ready.
there.
There's a bunch.
Okay, so here's my sink.
So I'm
It is a
gonna
touch,
narrate for the viewers.
Okay.
So this lady's touching her sink, right?
and here's some strawberries.
It's one of those touch sinks. You touch it to turn it
Yeah,
on, touch it
yeah.
to turn it off.
Nothing happens when I touch the box.
She has a box of
So when I
strawberries.
touch a
When she
strawberry,
touches them, it acts as if
What?
it is
So the sink's
touches
being
them to turn it
activated
off,
by the
touches them to turn it
strawberries.
off.
Nothing
Yep.
happens when I touch the box.
When she touches the box or anything else, it doesn't affect it. When she touches a strawberry, it turns on and off.
So it's glitching.
Yes.
The sink is glitching.
This is like weird. I don't know. This was something. Here we go. Floating boat.
Okay.
This is like fake. Okay, this is my favorite. Hold on. This is like fake. It's like fingers, whatever. But look at this. There's a picture of a cat on the wall.
Yeah.
But
Oh, what?
What came first, though? The cat doing that, then they had the picture made?
I don't know. That's creepy, though.
Oh, look at this, dude. This is a trip. Floating in air?
It's a floating light pole?
It's a floating branch.
Oh, there's nothing. Oh,
Dude, look at this. It's raining in the window, right?
Yeah.
Hard, heavy,
Heavy rain.
clear as day.
Oh, it's in
Beautiful.
the mirror. You see rain, but there's no rain outside.
Zero.
The mirror only has
Clear
the
as
rain.
day.
Oh, that's freaking. This is a
A
simulation.
glitch in
Yep.
real life.
Tell me how this makes sense. One of the balls that before
But
the,
the one
end doesn't
behind
break?
it didn't break.
Yeah. Tell me how that makes sense.
That
scientifically.
doesn't make sense.
A cat running in place.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say the floor's slippery.
Okay.
So, but the cat was able to stop and go over here, and then goes right
What
back into the
the-
simulation.
So that area is a glitch.
Yeah.
It's like a little conveyor belt area. Oh, that's creepy,
This-
dude.
It looks
Oh,
like
what
it
the
goes
hell?
through them, but if you see, there is 3 bars.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe
it
it just
just
caught him.
appears.
Look, I know it's seemingly
Glitches in Real Life, Part 7.
him
He
getting
got hit
knocked
by
out by
nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
Whoa! Yeah, that's weird.
Look at this car on the far top right or top middle,
What?
just float.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I am.
Look
out
at
here in
this.
September, and as you can see, there's obviously a
So
really
she's looking at a horizon with a beautiful sun.
Yeah.
right north of the sun.
With the giant moon
And wow,
lit
I
up,
would love to say it was the moon, but since the moon happens
but the
to be
moon's way over there.
So what is that? It's a
Can't be
glitch.
Mercury, can't be Venus.
Yeah, it's too big.
So-
And since we all have been taught in
And
school
we can't
that
see them.
Mercury and
So what
Venus do
is
not
it?
show up. Oh, just look at that planet just beaming and shining right now.
That is
Somebody
weird.
Tell me what it is. Thank you.
Tell me what it is.
Yeah, literally.
Holy crap. That's a good one.
Isn't that insane?
What's this next one?
the icicle
Yeah.
that is broken in the middle, right there.
What?
And at the top. It's not even connected to the fucking top.
Yeah, dude. See, little glitches. There's signs, guys.
Look at this. So this guy just took off his coat.
Yeah.
Now there's a man there.
And he hands it to him.
Yep.
Why would you give it to an invisible man?
So this guy throws the ball.
Yeah.
Goes through homeboy's hands into the other guy's hands. Tell me
So
how that
it
makes
clipped through his hands.
sense. Literally, look. And here's another one. Clipped into this guy's
Yeah.
hands. These are silly. They just drink at the same time. These... That it just spun around and the net caught it. You know, that's explainable. These guys just wipe their brow at the same time. Explain this one to me right now. What? Where? What am I looking at? What did I miss?
Okay, so football game.
I don't know. I
It's
missed it.
that stuff you see in
Watch this
paranormal
though. This is a
movies.
trip. So these two girls are in a. Where'd he fucking come from, dude?
Oh yeah, it just appeared out behind them. What the heck?
Yeah, that one I want to replay for the audience. That left. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
In paranormal movies.
Look, just there in the middle of the aisle.
Whoa,
yeah,
that's weird, dude.
I know.
I almost died.
Glitch in the Matrix, dude. That's wacky.
A lot of these I had to watch a couple times. Look at the girl. So her eyes are just a trip. You see that? Look at her eyes. They're like
Oh yeah.
reptilian.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Those are creepy eyes.
Wake up, people. We live in a simulation. Look at those beautiful clouds.
No
Not a cloud in the fucking sky, bro.
Yeah, reflections are wrong. I
Dude,
like that.
a lot of time.
Yeah, that I could see
Okay,
mirrors being
so
programmed.
tell me
wrong.
if you see it. I'm gonna tell you.
And comment when you see it, and if
Focus on what the kid is focusing on, and that's how you would tell. It's a ball. Just look. There's no ball.
Yeah. Oh,
Where did it come from?
The ball just
The
appeared.
kid even notices and turns around.
Yeah, like, hey, I want this ball.
Let's look at that one more time.
There's no ball.
No ball.
Nothing. It's an empty
Nothing in the
hallway,
way.
and now there's a ball out of nowhere.
And I was even looking. Can you see it? Let's see if we can see it under the dog's paws.
Yeah.
Nothing right now, right?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. It's just a dog there.
Yep.
It moves.
Bink.
And now a ball appears.
Clipped into existence.
What the hell?
Yeah. And the kid even turned around. Oh, a ball.
Dude, that's
because it wasn't there
actually
before.
Goes to my next segment, dude.
Good.
That's very close to what we're going to talk about next.
There's only a few more here, and then I got some videos if we have some time afterwards. So it's raining. It's a little drizzle. Not a single cloud above him in the sky.
What the hell?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, madam. I want to give
This is dumb. She just yells at him, and she's annoying. Look at this cloud. Tell me if this cloud makes sense. It's changing shape continuously in a big way. Let's even cut a little bit ahead. Look at how different it gets every second.
Yeah.
Clouds don't do that.
No.
And if there was that much wind to make it
weird.
move that much, it would
Then
dissipate.
and the other clouds would have some sort of whoa. It's just doing its own
Its
thing.
own thing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glitch.
Every single different wave. Look at now it's a giant.
No, now
like-
and it's moving. Yeah.
And it's moving.
It's just on its way.
Oh, that's what I was talking about, where people would point, and
Yeah,
that was the biggest thing
that's
now. This is it. His reflection takes like 10 minutes to
I
fucking
don't like
respond.
that.
I
That's
know.
That creeps me out.
I know.
Yeah, mirrors have issues in the programming.
They all run at the same time. Not a big
that's
deal.
weird, yeah. Dude, mirrors are.
The dogs just don't move because they're well trained. They're there like that for 10 minutes.
That's
and then
kinda
she goes,
weird, though.
and they all move. Yeah, but that's just well trained.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So watch this. Not the pouring of Coke, but after. Cool. Hits nothing.
Yeah, car accidents with nothing. What?
Cool. A bird flying, hovering.
Without
How?
flapping its wings.
Yeah, without flapping wings. Look at so
Yeah, it hit
that hits nothing, and the bird literally just chills.
Look at
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So the helicopter hovers, but I think the blades are just moving too fast. That
could
doesn't
be.
make any sense.
Yeah.
The
What?
cup moving.
Yeah, these are weird glitches. And for if you're listening just on audio, please
Watch the video
show.
version.
Yeah.
How
What?
dope is that? I think that's like one of those guys who does the cool like
Painting?
things. But look,
What did he paint it to look like the street?
I think so, but it like clips in.
Oh no.
I think it was just a
What the
glitchy
hell?
video.
Yeah, maybe so.
And he noticed that and posted
Again, a glitchy video, like some of these reality glitches. That's what it could
it. Well,
be.
let's do like one more. Oh no,
Okay.
these are just dumb. Oh, this one.
happened to me earlier in half,
So check it out.
and then I cut it in half once more right there. You can see me cut it, right? I go get a bag.
So did you see that?
Yep.
She cut the lemon.
Grabbing the lemon,
She
right?
cut
So
the
cuts the
lemon in
lemon,
half. And then she cuts it a second
She
time.
takes
cut it
the
in half
other
once
half,
more right there.
cuts that.
You can see
Right,
me
I
cut
watched
it,
her
right?
do
I
it.
go
Okay.
get a
Cool.
bag.
Watch.
Okay, I grab the bag. I go back for the lemon, and I grab the lemon, and I touch it, and I'm like, why is it not cut in half? And my face, I'm like, what the fuck?
You see the knife go through
So
all the
Through
like
it.
inspecting
And
it,
I
I
even
take it out of the
zoomed
bag.
in. You can see it
I grab
spread.
this lemon,
And
trying to
then
see if I cut
there's
that
even a part where you see it sort of come back together, which
No
is the craziest
way.
shit. Yeah, I'll
So
tell you when on
And
the
I
video.
recut the lemon because the lemon wasn't cut anymore. I'm freaking out because
Dude,
I don't
it
know how
came
to
back together.
Yeah. So she cuts that lemon.
Done.
And you can
Cut.
see right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
when she goes, right now it clips back.
Oh shoot, you're right. It
Yeah, you can
changes
see
shape
the shape changes, yeah.
while she's moving. Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's weird.
And then now it's not cut.
No wonder she's freaked out.
Of course.
Dude, that's weird. So glitches in our reality.
Yeah.
How could a glitch happen in base reality?
And she even looks at her homie like, look at this.
Yeah, wait,
She's
what?
like,
Something's
so she
not
pulls it out. She's
right
like,
here.
I swore I cut this.
Okay.
And she cuts it, and she looks like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, so
but
this
anyway,
is like some proof of something weird going on.
something weird going on. So
All right.
nuts. But go on. All right,
Okay.
what do you got for us?
Last
I got glitches
segment.
in the Matrix. By the way, in the Matrix, and what I wanted to mention before was in the Matrix, how they predicted or how they show a glitch happening is a deja vu.
Yep.
So deja vus in the Matrix are glitches.
Yep,
And what
something
if
changed.
what is a deja vu? Because I've had deja vus where I'm like, I swear to God, I've been here with this person
Yes.
saying this thing about this topic
Yeah.
with this context with this previous conversation that we just had.
Because
like
you
everything
have.
is right.
Yeah. In
And
another
it's-
simulation you already have.
Maybe. And so
Yeah.
we're so mixing up with those. Like it's
Yeah,
just a trip.
multiversal theorists believe it's because another version of you has done it before too. So
Which makes
yeah.
sense, dude.
So my next topic and
Talk
the
to me.
final segment tonight
Talk.
is about backrooms.
Uh-oh.
So if you don't know what backrooms are, there are many instances where people find themselves either falling through the floor, falling through the wall, and ending up in an office building with no furniture, no people, nothing.
Endless halls.
Endless hallways and just it goes on forever and they can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's found footage that gives us proof of this. Somebody's recording a video or they notice that they can throw things through a wall and they go through and then they go
Yeah.
through and they're
They could
videotaping it to
clip,
show.
no clip,
And then
yeah.
they fall through and then they end up in these endless hallways in what are called back rooms. The Matrix does a good job of showing these back
Yeah.
rooms in the movies.
That's the
So I have a
coolest
video
part.
to play.
Dude,
yeah.
they were so ahead of their
So this first one is called The Origin of the Myth. It's a YouTube video. And this one you can start from the beginning.
Is filming this.
So I have a bunch more if people want to check them out after the show if we don't have
Here it
enough
is.
time, but here we go.
All right, so this kind of explains what backrooms are and where
Real
it started, the
origins
myth
of the
of these.
Backrooms. An anonymous user first posted the image
And these
on a
things are just
4chan thread about
creepy, man.
cursed images. A year later, it appeared on another 4chan thread about paranormal photos, but this time with the famous caption, which added to the imagery and made it the creepypasta it's known today. That's when people started to imagine smelling the old moist carpet, hearing the hum of fluorescent lights,
Yeah, which everybody
sensing
hates that.
entities in there with you.
Oh, that's the
But
guy
it
I
gets
told you about.
scarier.
That's from
Many
his
people
video.
claim experiencing
Pixels?
deja rev of the image. It's deja vu's creepy cousin.
Inception.
Instead of feeling like you've lived through an experience before, deja rev is the feeling of
Re-experiencing dreams you've had or a nightmare.
Yeah.
I just don't want this music to get us striked.
Okay.
So before then.
Yeah.
Oh.
So here's no, you go ahead and
Oh,
play
okay.
this.
It can
So
play.
here's the Matrix that when they showed these hallways, they called them back doors. But what they're doing is they're leaving the simulation and going in between the simulation into these hallways. And that's similar to what we would have in our simulation is these back rooms. It's in between realities. So Neo would walk through with this guy, the key master later in the film, and he's got keys to all these different doors.
Well,
and
this-
when you open them, they open into different places on Earth.
This guy's Seraph.
Yeah,
and
which
he's,
is yeah.
For what's her name? The Oracle. He's
Yeah,
her, like,
but yeah, not important. But yeah, it's just not. But yeah, so going through the different
Fuck you,
doors.
buddy.
Here's the key maker. So when you go through the different doors, you
There's
end up in
Mr.
different places within the simulation. Same thing in this world. When people find themselves falling into these back rooms, when you get out, you might not get out into the same place that you fell in, or if you get out at all. the myth is only a few people have ever actually made it out to tell the story.
Yeah.
There's different ways. This is a great video here. This girl, she realizes that things in
I
her
don't think it's worth
garage
trying to
fall through the floor. But yeah, I left the audio so we could hear what she has to say.
All right.
Yeah, go
explain
ahead.
what's gonna happen here. You just have to see it to believe it. So I've got some wood chips here, just a bunch of wood, and just watch this and prepare yourself because it's really freaky.
So again, another proof of
Watch this
glitches in
square.
our reality.
Look at that, gone.
Yeah, it's
They're
CG,
gone.
you know?
Sure, could be.
All right, I'm gonna show it again.
But this
just
goes
'cause
to
wood
what
chips is a little
backrooms are,
bit
what the
of an
myth
example.
is.
But here's a baseball.
Just things
all
clipping
right,
out of
and just
existence.
watch.
Exactly. But it gets
God,
better.
God,
Yeah,
it just,
see that.
It went into
Well,
the
give it a
I
second.
got this tape measure here.
Because of course
and
that's
I'm
my
just
first
gonna
thought too.
Let that down and see.
But I
how
like
far it
this
goes.
one's really good. She wants to see how far down it goes. And when you read the actual numbers on it, you get to see it actually going down.
Yeah.
And whether these are movies that people made, they're based on this myth of the back rooms, the in-between reality spaces. And there's tons of videos online of people videotaping themselves going through walls and ending up here. Here's my thing. Sure, you can make this video, but where is this? Where are they filming these?
I know. Hey,
because
that
they go
Alex
on
Pixels
forever.
guy or whatever who had to Kane Pixels.
Yeah, he's in this.
Where is he filming?
Watch, I'm going to show that next. So there's
good.
one guy, yeah, Kane Pixels is his name. He actually has videos from what seems to be a scientific organization who's studying the back rooms.
Yeah.
And they have an entrance into the actual back rooms where they send scientists in to kind of experiment with it.
do
And they
experiments,
find
yeah.
missing people back there. They find weird creatures back there. They find just random things that must have clipped out of reality on the floor in these back rooms. And it's always these endless hallways inside of some office building, and they just go on forever. So wherever they're finding these places, if they're filming these and making them themselves, I have no idea where you find this.
Because let's say it's abandoned building. Why are the lights still on?
Right.
How is it so vast?
How is it so vast?
So
It's
many questions.
endless, and it's always the same kind of yellow paint on
No,
the
it's
walls.
it's the same.
Carpeting's the same.
The same carpeting, same paint job, same fluorescent lighting.
Yeah, and these are different people uploading from different places around the world. So here's one guy. He fell through the floor, wakes up, and starts filming what he sees. And this one, I put this one in
This
because
is just like the other chick.
it shows how vast of a complex this is. Wherever they are, it's massive. And it goes on and on and on and on. And it's probably the creepiest place
How did they get
ever.
out? How did these videos come to light?
Good point. Somehow these found footage, like look at how vast these hallways go, and they start walking through. At some point, yeah, look at
Oh, is
see
that
through
a
the
whole?
crack.
What the fuck?
Right.
Oh, it's endless. It's like endless.
Right.
Mirrors and it's VFX, possibly.
Yeah.
Or we live in a simulation.
Yeah. Or that this is based on something that's actually in existence somewhere.
And they're just like, oh, I've seen it, but I gotta show it.
Yeah,
I
like
gotta
watch
show it.
so the one coming up here. This is a video that they used for these scientists to show the safety
Oh, this is,
protocols.
Pixels.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
getting in and out of these back rooms. And
Yeah.
dude, the money they spent on this, if this is fake, because when you see the actual entrance and all the equipment they use, the
The
scientific
equipment. Oh my
equipment,
god! Even the stuff they're wearing. Is
there's
not
a
cheap.
budget
Yeah.
here for making this stuff. So this is their entrance. The scientific academy is exploring back rooms, and this is the entrance into them that they've built. And
Legit.
it helps you leave reality. And look at how big this complex is. And if you search back
And
rooms,
so
you'll
what
find a
they're-
lot of this stuff.
And so what the plan for backrooms by the government is to utilize them for storage space, for maybe like what is that called? Housing for 86. What's that called? Housing for like people who can't afford.
Okay, yeah.
What's that called?
I don't know.
In New York, they have 100 of them. Oh my
Section
goodness.
8 housing?
Section 8.
Oh,
Jeez
okay.
Louise,
Yeah, but they seem very dangerous. Like the protocols to coming in here are you can never come in alone because you can't find your way out. They have to use ropes. Like here's the guys actually all suited up going in.
Yeah, like hazmat suits.
Yeah, because there's supposedly things in there that can kill you. And you can get lost very easily and never find your way back out. That's the whole myth behind this.
Terrifying.
But I like that the Matrix showed that there was a way outside of the programming in between these back doors. And it's interesting that in our reality, people have come up with a way to show what it would be like to leave our reality and be in the in-between spaces. And then I have one more video showing a guy who found himself in between realities, not in a back room, but in the actual world.
In the past year or
Right
so,
here.
three
This is it
internet
right here.
mysteries popped up.
Do I
that
need to
really
fast
got
forward
my
to?
attention.
Yeah,
They
let
may
it play.
seem
Or
very
yeah,
different, but
sorry,
trust
if it
me,
doesn't have
they're
a
connected.
timestamp, it's 528.
Okay.
Yeah, so 528. So this is a guy who I'll cue it up, pause it real quick. Just to give you a backstory here. So this guy Javier, he remembers
You know why I'm
he's
laughing.
from the year 2021, and he woke up in a hospital where there was no people, and everything he sees says it's 2027,
Yep.
but there's no humans anywhere.
Yep.
But
no
it's
interaction with anybody.
It's not time travel per se, because he's not in the future in 2027 because there's no people. He's in an in-between space that still touches our reality in some way because he's able to interact
communicate with
us.
us
He can post
from
videos,
2023.
talk to people through the internet. He can leave things for people to find. People will live chat, tell him where to go in busy areas. He'll go there and there's no one there.
They'll say, go to Central London and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he's in
Boom.
Spain, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Go
I'm
to the
just
train
saying, yeah.
station and there's no one there during the day. Went live chatting.
Not at 5 a.m. Go at,
Exactly.
3 p.m.
And so
5
people
p.m.
challenge
pop
him
in.
live, do
Yeah,
this, and he'll
yeah,
do it,
yeah.
and there's no one there, and or I left something hidden for you, and he'll grab it, but no one's there. It's just interesting. So
Trap.
play the video,
Yes,
because
sir.
even a TV station challenges him to do something, and it's very interesting what they catch on video when he supposedly shows up
Javier
in this
woke
other
up in a
world.
hospital in Valencia on February 13th, 2027, and claims to be in an alternative universe. Apparently, at some point in the near future, every human
This
on
is
Earth
widescreen,
just
this video.
disappears.
I know, but
He said that when he woke up, he
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
remember his name or where he lived. He went outside and everyone was
does-
just
mostly does
gone.
that.
It's okay.
Everything appeared just like
Just because,
2021,
just in case.
but electronic devices showed 2027. Now, his
Yeah.
videos are fascinating, and I'll link to his account down below. And when you're watching, remember that Valencia has a population of over 800,000 people.
Yeah, so how is he showing that? It's such
He goes to a lot of interesting places too, where there should always be people.
Despite Valencia being a big city, there are no people in these videos.
Somehow.
He goes to random apartments.
just walking into
Yeah.
fucking people's
He
places.
crashes at exclusive hotels.
The craziest ones are like, I think they show them actually, so I'll wait.
He accepts challenges to go to places that most people can't go. Fire and police departments.
Yeah, goes into a fire department, walks into a police.
He even steals a few police
steals
cars.
police cars. There's no one around to stop him. He's the only person around. Look at it. It's
He goes
crazy.
to a military base.
Which you cannot do. That is, even if
Some
you're making
skeptics
this up,
claim
they
he's
won't let you
recording
go
all this
into a
early
military
No.
base.
He responds by recording himself
This is
walking
the
by
town
public
square.
signs with the time on them. And there aren't many TikTokers
Square.
who can reprogram a public digital sign. He's challenged to go to a hospital, not an old deserted one, an
Yeah.
actual modern
And
hospital.
if this was during
And he
COVID
does
when
it.
things were vacant, this would be packed. It wouldn't be empty. So I
lot
thought
of the
maybe
places
he
he
filmed it during
visits do have
COVID
off
and he was
hours.
being clever.
No, it'd be the opposite.
It would be the opposite. This would be a packed hospital.
Javier also claims our two worlds are connected. He's able to interact with objects in his world, which
So this
affects
is my
objects
favorite evidence here.
For example, a Spanish television
Check
show
this out.
challenged Javier by leaving a book hidden on their set and told him to find it and move it. He did.
Te reto a que vengas aquí, al
So the
hormiguero.
set
Aquí
has
siempre hay gente
people
trabajando a todas horas.
24/7.
Desde
There
por
are
la mañana
always
hasta por la
security
noche
there.
tenemos
There's always
seguridad
there's always
24
people
horas, así que es
shooting.
imposible que nadie pueda entrar.
And that's what he's
Mi
saying
reto
right
es
now.
el siguiente. Voy a colocar mi libro.
So he's
Oh
going to
my
place his
God.
book
Mira, voy a meter
and
el libro
hide
aquí,
it
lo escondo,
on the
y
set
tú
of the
vienes y lo
show.
coges, ¿vale?
Yeah, what's he saying?
And he's like, I'll hide it, you come and take it.
Yeah, there it is.
He shows the
And he hit
audience.
it.
Here it is.
Okay, so it's under this
and
little
that's the
thing in
challenge.
corner and the side.
You got to
under
get
this
in
thing.
here
Studio went
and
back
get
to
out
watch the
with
security
nobody
footage.
seeing
You
you.
can see the door open and
But look
close.
at this.
And just for a quick moment, you
The
see
door
some kind of
opens
figure
by
flash
itself.
by.
This is in the middle of the day.
And when the studio went back to
It'll
watch
show
the
it.
security footage, you can see the door open and close. And just for a quick moment, you see some kind of figure flash
Look.
by.
Yeah, there's some like shadow going through
I
there.
see it.
It's weird,
Te lo digo que
dude.
lo vas a flipar. Mira, 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 mira.
Right there.
What the fudge?
Yeah, so in some other reality,
But I saw
you're
up
getting
here too on the top right.
You'll
there
get
was
a, yeah, like a.
When the door
and look,
opened,
there
you
go,
see
yeah.
like a thing go
Someone
by. Yeah.
opens and closes the door, but there's no one there.
The shadow.
Yeah, isn't that weird? So he's able to interact with
Now, it
our
would be
world from
terrifying to
his
wake
that's
up
empty.
alone in the world, where every
that's
place
it, that's
you
that.
visit is a different.
I read a
So-
book about that when I was a kid that I loved that I
Is
got from
that-
the book fair.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was about that the kid wakes up and his
There's
whole
no one
family's
else?
gone. Nothing. The garage door won't open
Creepy,
because
dude.
no electricity, and it's
Yeah.
actually it's alternate universe type of thing. He goes and meets this chick, and
Mm-hmm.
they go to this theme park. Great book. I actually can remember the title, but basically realizing he's in like an in between reality.
That's cool.
Such
It's a
cool
great
book. And this came
concept.
out in the '90s,
Yeah.
bro. This was a Scholastic book fair that I got this. At.
Yeah, Philip K. Dick gave a talk about how our world's a simulation and talked about a lot of these concepts way before the Matrix came out and before people. This was a widely held theory, but
Yeah.
But in summation, here's some evidence. Again, could it be faked? Is some of this stuff
In
fabricated?
simulation?
Sure. Yeah, in simulation.
In simulation.
Sure, but it's alluding to something that we all kind of feel that there's something off about our reality.
Yeah.
And we've all seen something that we couldn't explain, felt a deja vu that we couldn't understand.
Yeah.
We know we've never been there and done this, but we feel it in our bones that we have.
Can I tell you a Mandela effect that gets me?
Sure. Yeah.
That Shazam one gets me.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Kazam.
Shazam is the one we
Kazam's
think
the
we
real
saw.
one.
Yeah.
C-3PO's right leg being silver. He's a gold creature. I used to.
That's
a
weird,
gold
yeah.
Droid. I used to have
remember
the
the
action
toy.
figures.
Yeah. But no,
He's
he had a silver
gold
leg.
toy.
Yeah.
He had one silver leg
And a red arm.
Well, that was later in the.
Yeah, but still.
in the movies.
It's weird.
Felt like saying. But they have a whole backstory for that.
That's cool though. Yeah, there are some weird ones.
Berenstein, whatever. Doesn't nothing to me.
I remember Bernstein Bears. That's what I remember. I don't remember Stain. I remember EIN.
There's one with cereal. Is there not?
I'm not sure. But yeah.
Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah. Hope you guys
Chat is
enjoyed that stuff.
lively.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It's
that
cool
was
looking
wild,
into this.
dude.
And what do you think at the end of all of this? What do you think?
I think here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
I think it'd be foolish of me to just dismiss it out of hand. Just say nonsense,
Nope.
bullshit.
I know
whatever.
everything.
Yep, I'm a genius and I know
Yeah.
everything. I'm infallible. No, it'd be foolish for me to do that.
Yeah.
So I would say that the possibility,
Yep.
like Elon Musk said, it's not impossible. It's actually super probable, which is unfortunate.
Scary.
But
13th Floor. Watch it.
here's what I'll say. Yeah, it's a great flick. I actually was gonna do clips, but you need so much context
Yeah,
for that
yeah, yeah,
movie
yeah.
to even show. a
Great
clip.
one, though.
Great flick. And this is pre-Matrix. But if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, it was. It was definitely before the Matrix.
Okay. Yeah, it was like 95 or something.
Yeah,
like that,
it was
right?
early 90s. Yeah.
96, something like that. But so what I'll say is I think very plausible, very possible.
Yeah.
If I am in a simulation, whatever, I'm just gonna live my life to the fullest and
Hell yeah,
do
man.
whatever, enjoy myself.
Yeah, it shouldn't inform any. Don't change your lives based around this
Based around-
theory.
yeah.
If anything, it should kind of free you,
Motivate
in a way.
you
Yeah.
in a bit,
That
in a
anything in this
way.
world is possible,
Literally.
and that somewhere out there, there's another version of you that did figure it out.
So
become that version.
This whole thing that's become very prevalent as of the past like 10 years, where it's the secret. It's the secret. You hope for it, you wish for it, you have this singular goal in mind,
Yeah.
and it'll come to fruition. Well, why is that impossible? What if the simulation is because it's a computer program? Oh, this guy, he's tapping in the cheat code for unlimited ammo, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
I'm making a basic, but he wants this. Okay, well, these are the steps to get there. We're working it. So he gets there, then we get there, then this person becomes a
Oh, yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
And so I'm not. I won't dismiss it, and I won't say I agree with it 100%. As far as simulation theory, I think it is so possible that we are in a simulation, and maybe we're more aware and we have more free will than than a lot of these people think we would or have.
It's your world. Make it what you want.
What you want.
Yeah.
But so I do believe that there is a possibility for it, and I appreciate it, and I like it. What are your beliefs? What do you think?
No, I agree. I think I love the idea that somewhere out there, one of my versions had figured it out and has everything that he wants, and I'm going to do everything I can to become that version.
Yeah.
Because I know it's possible. And
I
it's
think I
already
am
happened.
Cameron Prime, like the dopest version.
Awesome, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there was. Remember the dream. There was Cameron who won. Was in Sundance by 19. What do we got?
But maybe we should say goodbye to the folks.
Yeah, that's a sweet comment.
Yeah.
So dope. So so simulation theory. What do you think? Yay or nay?
No, again, I don't know. There's not enough
We're on
evidence.
in between.
But I would love. But I love knowing that. And I believe in the multiverse theory for sure. If it's not a simulation, at least there's multiple universes out there with multiple possibilities. So let's seize them all.
There's multiple possibilities. So let's seize them all. So guys, seize your opportunity to hit that like button, hit subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. Thank you so much. We love you guys more than life in itself. And we appreciate you.
Thank you to the chat. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
The chat was lively. It was dope. We appreciate you guys. Simulation
Let us know
theory.
more topics. We'll do them. You request them, we'll do them. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show today and giving us your thoughts. And we had a lot of fun, and I hope I scared you a little too.
Yeah, exactly, right?
All right.
Yeah, I hope we freaked you out a little bit. So we're going to leave you with some funsies, and that'll be that. So, guys, we love you. We will see you Thursday for Crash Talk.
That's
Enjoy
right.
yourselves.
Yep.
Later, guys.
Later.